Hello, my beautiful gemstones. Welcome to Wednesday night live intuitive oracle reading with myself and Ghostdragonzw. I missed you guys so much. Wednesdays just come and go like so quickly for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Wednesday already. Wow. It's pretty awesome though. So yeah, Salvador, what is up? Lotus girl, hello. Yes, it's that time again. And hi, we missed you last week. I felt so bad we were ending right when you came in. Hi, Josephine. Ralph and Cassie Francis. Oh, it's your birthday? Today's actually Kurt Cobain's birthday as well. What's up, Melissa Nicole? Blue Crossroads. What's up, Pam Smith? Ghostdragonzw. Happy birthday, by the way, Ralph and Cassie Francis. And Edna. Oh, Batmom, yes, it is almost Gemma's birthday. I thought my birthday was on a Thursday, but it's actually next Wednesday. So you know what that means? Party up in here. Yes, I'm going to be still streaming live Intuitive Oracle because I want to hang out with you guys for my 40th birthday. So yeah, and then everyone else, what happened last Thursday was RJ's school called. I'm still a little throaty. Froggy, I guess. And he had a 102.4 fever and needed his mama. So I was going to have Ghostdragonzw and Miss Paranormal Pixie interview Unidentified S4 Thursday night, but I decided that I wanted to be there to interview our guest as well. And that was that. He's much better. It's RSV. I think Eris mentioned it last week. It's been going around. But he was good. It was like a 24-hour fever, pukey thing. And then we kind of spent the weekend in bed. But all in all, he's feeling better. I'm still very congested and very froggy. But, physical mediums, when they get to be my age, and I can't even believe I'm saying something like that, really do start having a lot of health problems because hanging out with dead people my entire life, and I do it now more than ever, it really does drain you. I'll probably have to start having blood transfusions at some point. And, it's just the hazards of the gift, I guess. So I'm really happy to be working with it and at least using it. It does drain me a lot more, but it's so worth it because I know that it's what I'm here for. On a funnier note, for those of you who are on Facebook, if you saw what Ghost Dragons put, Jailbird Gemma, that is because I was going through my memories, my Facebook memories, and my time hop memories. On my Facebook memories, there was a meme of Jack Nicholson, and it said, I basically have two moods. And it had him holding a drink, and it said, hello, and he was smiling. And the other one was him, like, being really mean, and it was like, I will effing stab you. Now, I came across this memory through Facebook, which means I would not have found this meme today at any other time. So I was like, oh, okay, since they're showing it to me, I guess I can repost it. And it was also the 5th year in a row that I'd be reposting. Well, I guess someone reported me. I was making terroristic threats that would incite violence. So I'm banned for 2 days. Excuse me. Kirby's, hi. Nut slap. Nips. Blue Crossroads. I didn't realize Shauna was going to be 40. We almost have the exact same birthday then. That's so crazy. Three Souls Paranormal. Hi. Yeah, the Batmom, I know with the kids, it's RSV, which is actually deadly to infants. Kids, like I was wondering, why does RJ's doctor not doing anything about his cough? And it's because it's RSV. There's really nothing you can do. But it takes like 2 to 3 months for it to go away. I think when adults get it, it turns into some kind of bronchitis or pneumonia or upper respiratory thing. I usually do not get sick. I get drained and tired, but like sick, I usually don't get that way, especially for this long. This is like 2 weeks now, but I did have that issue with the little boy last Wednesday, and I was supposed to cleanse the house, sage, mop with the uncrossing water, and you go through the house with sage and pillow, but I couldn't do it because I ended up having RJ early. So oh, 48. I thought you said 40. I was like, oh wow, we had almost the same birthday. I have a new favorite positive affirmation. Every day in every way, life just keeps getting better and better and better. I'm getting fast results. I say it all day, all night, all the time. Lotus, that is an amazing one. And I've got to say, like, the first few days of my my manifesting, I do the written ones. I say it out loud too, but I'm more so write them. I'm like, whatever, this is whatever. But then after that first 5 days, when I start really seeing insane results, it's incredible. It absolutely is. That's a good one. And Edna says, y'all be happy to know my doc called me a witch. I've been using this muscle type oil I make up and the lump has shrunk to the size of a gumball. I'm actually very happy to hear that. Witch or no witch, I just want you to feel better. Darling Deb, what is up? Cellmates, I also made terroristic threats. I got mad though, because I never would have come across this meme if Facebook wasn't like, remember when you posted this meme the last 5 years in a row? And I was even like suspicious. I was like, if I post this, one time I said, I think the male form of a Karen is a Scot. And I got kicked off for 24 hours for bullying. And then another time, I don't know what he was talking about, but I went under John Hudson's a post he made about something. I was trying to make him laugh. And I said, don't worry, Fedorable John, I might have to spontaneously plan a surprise kidnapping and force you into an arranged marriage with me. And within like seconds, I was in jail, Facebook jail. They're like, you can't threaten people that you're going to kidnap. And I'm like, do you even ask the person who I allegedly made this threat against if they take it that way? Like, no, because you have AI doing everything. So I really wish there was a platform that was similar to Facebook that I could use, but I just can't get myself used to any of them. RSV nut slap, and it's actually a really serious disease, especially when it affects children. Bye-bye, Pam. OG status on Facebook. I've had Facebook since 2007. I've had this newer account since 2017. And I never once from 2007 up until the end of last year ever got in trouble for anything. It's that they've become so incredibly sensitive to any and every little thing. When I posted a meme that said, I woke up this morning thinking I was a muffler, I was exhausted. They shut my page down. They started sending me messages about suicide prevention hotlines. And, if I want to hurt myself, I can't put it on Facebook, but I can call these people. I'm like, it was a joke about a muffler. Like, but it's because they have robots doing the job. All right, guys. I think I said hi to everybody. Oh, hi, Nightmare. Let's bring in the man of the hour. Oh, and me too. I no longer reward that type of behavior.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Now, my voice is still kind of shaky, so you're going to have to bear with me. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
No.
Okay.
Now we have to listen to that.
Oh, fine. I can go. Said it. Bye.
I'm only kidding.
Hello, everybody. I won't say hi to everybody because she does that all. I let her do it. I say hi to you when I call your name.
All right. Who's first? Melissa Nicole, right? I missed MySpace too.
Yeah, I had my MySpace. It was hilarious. Anyways, we're going to do Ralph first since it's his birthday.
Birthday boy.
And then after him, El Salvador.
Make it a good one for the birthday boy. Let's do the Oracle of Shadows and Light. So I got some work done on the book, which I'm super excited about. No, I haven't had the strength to give him a whooping lately. I think that's why he's sassing me. He forgot his place. So I got my shirt. I better be careful. YouTube is almost as bad. By the way, guys, before we get started, I wanted to mention this to you guys. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for the donations, for the support. YouTube was taking something like 33% of ad revenue. About 2 months ago, I signed a new contract with them because I couldn't continue producing monetized videos if I didn't. Well, I didn't read it because I was like, well, I have to sign it anyway. they're now taking 49% of everything, including donations. You know, and I was shocked yesterday when I got paid. I was like, there's no way. And then I went over the contract, and sure enough, so whatever. I mean, Google must really need the money, right?
Well, yeah.
I can't complain. I have a job. I'm making money, but I get paid once a month as it is. And you guys are kind enough to donate to the channel and help me to get a paycheck, and they take 49% of it. So if you donate $10 through super chat or super sticker, I get $5.10.
Yep. That's why I always tips like I do, because I make it up to what she loses.
If you're allowed, or if you're able to send through PayPal or Cash App, I even have Chime, and I'm working on getting Zelle. Venmo I can't get because the a-hole that had my phone number 5 years ago still has it as his phone number with Venmo, and they won't release the number to me. You know, some people don't have that though, or have the ability to do that, so they do it through here. And I do appreciate it, because at the end of the month, no matter what it is, I know money's coming. But man, like, now you're dipping into my donations. It used to be they would take 50% of a donation if it was $100 all at once or more. So if someone donated $100, so what some people would do is donate $99.99, because it's not technically $100. All right. Ooh, Ralph, you got card number 33, Dress of Alchemy. Oh, come on, source. I'll be feeling better by the end of this. Right now, I'm like, You have powerful energy when this beautiful being shows up in your readings. You have strong, powerful, vibrant energy that changes lives. And with that comes great responsibility. Some people may be eroding their own energy field with blame, discontent, and choosing the same destructive patterns over and over again. When this being walks in, she shows that it is possible to change deeply and truly, and to become clear, bright, strong, healthy, and very powerful in terms of your energy. She understands the responsibility and has worked consistently and with great discipline and earnestness to be able to create. Miss Shelley, what's up, girl? Come on. The eyes in her wings, if you can see that, make it impossible to hide from the truth of who you are. She speaks. It is time for you to celebrate who you truly are at this time, to acknowledge you have some energetic debris that needs to be cleared. And when you do this, the gold of who you truly are will shine through, just as these alchemical symbols shine from my dress. It is no longer possible in this new energy to hide who you are. You must take the time to truly be yourself. There is no cloak to hide within, as you can see. This dress I wear reveals all my magics and all my secrets. The secrets and the wisdoms of the ages are being revealed now more than ever before. When you have cleared your energy field of the guilt, the fear, the jealousy, and the envy, you will be able to shine brightly too. Divination message. Please take the time to clear from your own sacred energy field jealousy, envy, fear, and guilt. Once you are clear, welcome in bright, strong, powerful, healthy energy. After this has taken place, expect symbols and signs to pour in. Keep your energy strong and bright and follow the signs. When your energy is strong and bright, you can come from a place of love, courage, and wisdom. You will attract the right signs and will not ever be misled. Do not expect to have no change after her arrival. Relationships and situations based on ego-centered concepts containing toxic energies will fall away naturally, and you will now ask for your worth. This is not hubris, overweening pride. It is self-love in action. Richard Elmore, what's up? Chillin' Charlie, hey. So, Ralph, what I'm seeing here is, a rebirth. And I always say that, a lot of tarot or even oracle readers now, because so many people are doing it, talk about how when it's your birthday month and your birthday is about to come in, that you're going through rebirth. And I don't necessarily agree. I agree with that if you've been putting in the work, right? This doesn't seem to be the beginning of a rebirth. It seems to be the actual time of rebirth for you. Perfect that this card should be the one that comes on your birthday, because once you clear out, and I mean, I would burn some sage to clear out this toxicity. And I would say, I'm letting go of all envy, guilt, fear, shame, regret, ego. But if you don't want to use sage and you just want to use incense, or even if you just want to assert that vocally to the universe, 10 or 15 times out loud for the next week, every day, it's going to clear all of that away from you. And then you're going to feel so much lighter and be able to see so much more clearly who's with you and who's for you, who's against you and who's for you. Because I do feel like there are people in your life that have no business being in your life anymore. Okay. There are people that you long ago should have left in the dust, and you just can't do it because I don't really feel so much that you're a people pleaser, but I do feel like, you don't want to be rude or hurt anyone's feelings. Guess what? You can be confrontational you can confront without being confrontational. You are allowed to stick to your boundaries. Okay. And I really don't think that you've been doing that. And I think once you clear away all of these lower vibrational feelings and emotions that are attached to you, you're going to be able to very easily see how you can kind of, leave these people behind where they belong and step into the new reborn version of yourself that you've been coming into for so long. Okay. And once you get rid of this type energy, the universe is going to bring in automatically. It's like literally the circle of life. You clear out the old, the universe brings in the new, but you have to believe that, and you have to want it, and you have to work for it. I'm sorry if I have to blow my nose, guys. It should stop within a few minutes, with channeling. But my left nostril is so stuffy that my nose actually hurts from blowing it. So I wanted to show you guys the energy we're working with today. This is one of, I say they're all my favorite, but just color-wise, the way it looks, this is my favorite stone besides the emerald. It's Kimbaba Jasper, and it's just fantastic. It's an energy of surrender, love, fertility, right? Fertility doesn't have to mean actual sex and birth. It could mean, having a fertile career, having a fertile life, having fertile energy, right? Being able to produce easily whatever it is that we want, being the co-creators of our own world and with the universe, right? So that's what it is. Kimbaba Jasper. Lotus Girl, I didn't have any small boxes to send your stuff out in, so I sent you a larger box and had to fill it up somehow, so I just put some more extra stuff in there for you. I did send you a piece of Dragon Septarian, aka Septarian stone, that's fully charged and ready to go if you want to look that up. Who's next?
Before I tell you who's next, that color on that thing you were holding on the you know what I'm talking about. That is the exact colors. That's almost like the markings on the back of my fire belly toads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they look just like that.
This is an owl, but I guess I can see that because my son used to have a Pac-Man frog.
Yeah, that's about the color their backs are. Okay,
You're welcome, honey.
Lotus is next, since Salvador hasn't popped back.
Lotus girl. Lotus, I'm going to use the Fairy Tale Oracle for you. I put some pear bath salts in there. I put a little funky pair of socks because they were cute and I had them on hand. And a few other little things, a little gemstone pen. I didn't have a box that would fit an 8-ounce and a 4-ounce spray, just fit it. I have to get bubble wrap. But ever since I started working on my manifestations and diligently doing them every single day, no matter what, I've been much more successful in the business area of my life, taking on clients and being offered raises and promotions and new jobs. It's really incredible. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. None of it would be possible without you guys. So,
use socks, Tennille.
Do you really?
And Gemma, it's shoes, boots, especially. She has a thing for boots.
You're gonna love these ones then. I got a whole bunch of them. They were in this bin at ShopRite, and they were 5 for like $4. They're like novelty, but I thought they were so cute. I grabbed like 10 pairs and I'm like, I'll just throw them in boxes. Jules got a pair.
I call them slop stocks. I wear them to flop around in.
Yeah, they're cute. I charged the this is selenite and black tourmaline, or what is it? Organite or orgon necklace. And then I have one that's pure black tourmaline also.
The one I sent you, what was that? That was like that one.
That I think that was this one. It was one or the other. You sent
mine
me
had the
one
circle. Mine had the swirl on it.
That's the orgon.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't understand that part yet. I know it's like the copper or a swirl. Slow motion. Hi. All right. Well, listen, Nicole, that's why we have to keep our energy honestly, like it's not even a joke anymore. We really have to, when it gets down to it at the end of the day, guys, it's all about energy. Everything, okay, is about energy. And when we're not energetically sound and aligned and in tune, we do become physically ill. Disease, dis-ease. It's not a made up thing. It really is true. If you trust me, trust that if you are not spiritually aligned, you are not physically healthy. Not 100% anyway. And that doesn't mean that people who are spiritually aligned never get sick. Lotus, you know that. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Card number 41, the Nixie of Mill Pond. This might be a long one, guys. I don't remember. Okay. Nope, not too long. Crying and wringing her hands, she called her beloved by name, but to no avail. She hurried across to the other side of the mill pond and called him anew. She cursed the Nixie with harsh words, but no answer followed. The surface of the water remained calm. Only the moon's half face stared steadily back up at her. This is a tale that warns us more than once of what we must be wary of. Oh, I'm so sorry. Shelly, I need your dang address. I already signed books and they're just sitting there. Okay. Sorry. First, we must be wary of giving our promises without knowing to whom we give them and what it is we have given up. Secondly, when we try to avoid the keeping of our word, pain is the result, perhaps as a consequence of being out of integrity. This is a tale of a man who gives his word to a Nixie, and then upon realizing he has promised her his newborn son, takes pains to keep his son from her. He warns his son never to go near water, never to feel, never to remember, never to truly love metaphysically. But this prohibition from the magic of water and of feelings, memory, psyche cannot be maintained. This isn't the card I thought it was, but it's still a good one. As it happens in all of these tales, there is no avoiding the keeping of our word in one form or another. Even so, there is so much hope within the tale, for the miller's son, although enchanted and blinded to his true love by his encounters with the magic of the Nixie, finally is able to recognize his true self and his true love with the help of good magic, the magic that increases and sustains love, music that recalls memory and allows the lovers within the tale to quote-unquote see each other once more. When you receive this card, you are being given a very clear message that you cannot avoid an emotional situation, nor can you have complete control over your own feelings at this time. It is necessary to face whatever emotional situation you are seeking to avoid, and by doing so, you will be freed from any curse or fear that you may have upon you. As always, you must persevere to create lasting emotional change in your life, and you are being tested. But when you face the emotions you have long been avoiding, there will, at the end of the sorrow they bring, be joy, love, and recognition of your true soul family. Meaning, fearful of emotions, avoidance of emotional connections and situations, memory loss, unable to connect with those we have once loved, recovery and recognition through effort, separation and loss, and searching for our true nature. So there are a lot of messages in this one card, okay, Lotus? But the main one that I'm getting is, for some reason, again, it's like completely off card, but it is coming from your team. And therefore, I say to you, do not trust like anyone in the next week or two who promises you a bridge in Brooklyn for sale cheap. There is someone around you who's like really excited about some new idea you have, and they just want to be involved to see what they can get out of it, not what they can put into it. So be careful who you tell. I know you do have this amazing and great and wonderful, and I'm so excited for you, new idea. You're like, it's going to take time, but that's okay. And I'm just so proud of you. And I'm so relieved that you finally came to this conclusion and decision. And regardless of how long it's going to take, you're like, I'm on it. I'm going to do it. And if there's any way I can help, let me know. But be wary in the next week or so who you talk to about this, because I feel like, for instance, say you want to build a new home, right? You're building your dream home. There's someone that's like, oh, I'm a construction worker. Like, I build houses. That's what I do. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I didn't know that. And they're like, yeah, let me get you an estimate. And then you give them like a $25,000 deposit and you never hear from them again. That type, like a swindler type. And I feel like this swindler could come in the guise of a family, a close, I don't really see like blood relation, but somebody who you're already very wary of, but someone else that may be involved in this project, trust this person, put your foot down. Also, if there's anything that you've been kind of holding in, if somebody did something to upset you, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, and I do feel like this one may be something that's been eating at you for a little while, but you're like, you know what, I'll work through it. There's no need to. And trust me, I know the feeling because I do it all the time with who. Like, I can handle this one. I can take this one on the chin, like I'm good. The universe is saying, no. You need to speak to this person about how they made you feel. Even if you only say how you felt, like when you did A, B, and C, it really made me feel bad. I felt like D, E, and F, right? And that's it. You could leave it at that. It doesn't have to cause any kind of quarrel or become a confrontation. But whatever this is not something you are meant to have hanging on your soul to be worked through on your own. You need to let this person, whoever it was, know how they made you feel and why. Looks like they're going to be long ones tonight, guys. Spirit is on fire.
Okay. Since, okay, wait 1 second. I screwed up there. Aunt Edna's next.
Aunt Edna.
Josephine Von Dam, if you're here, you better speak up.
I think she's here.
I know she is. So she listens, but when you type her name, it doesn't show up in chat. So, hey, Scott.
Hi, Scott. Oh, I'm so sorry you have no power, but that's awesome that you came in to hang out with us.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You're getting slammed.
Do you know what's funny about that is I actually considered a show like that where I just say what I mean and mean what I say, not any kind of confrontation or rude or mocking anybody, but really speaking the truth about certain things that I see going on in the community and things like that. And it may still come. I think that I can do it in a way where I'm not going to alienate too many people, and where I can say things that most people are already thinking. Do you know what I mean? Since I have a platform to be able to do so. So Aunt Edna, I'm using the Alice the Wonderland Oracle. So guys, hi Pixie. You're welcome, Lotus Girl. So I haven't run it by Ghostdragonzw yet for this coming week, but I think it might have to be. I'm not sure yet, but it's either going to be this coming Monday or the Monday after. We are going to be having a live morning show. I don't know what it's going to be called, but I want to let you know real quick. So you know how when I start my videos, I'm like, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. And then I just go through it. I'm going to be doing that at 11 a.m. Eastern live. I'm not going to greet you guys at first. Okay, I'm just going to run through the script. Then I'm going to bring Steven in and we're all going to discuss it together like a live premiere. It'll be way easier for me, much less work, and we get to have a third live stream. Hi, Tracy. Tracy, you and Jules as well have been absolute dolls this week with your patience with me. I got you for tomorrow. Just message me after stream so I can fit you in. I've got 2 other clients and then the live stream, but I think we can do it. All right, Aunt Edna.
Blue Crossroads. That's what I was going to say. Coffee talk with Gemma in the morning.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what we were going to call it. Talking with coffee, but I don't drink coffee, so
How do you say Red Bull?
Trying to give it up. So I found this company, I don't remember the name of it, who had a case of kiwi apple, and it was a legit company, for $31.
Damn, that
So of
stuff's
course I purchased it. The money came out immediately. And when I looked on PayPal as to who took out the money, the company's name was nothing but symbols, and I can't find where my money went. I'm afraid to call PayPal because they lock my card the minute I just ask a simple question like, where can I find out, like, how can I find out where my money is? And then I'll have to go through the hassle of getting a new card. So I'm praying that it's just a mistake because I'm technologically challenged and I simply can't find.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I'll send you a screenshot. And card number 27, painting the roses red, covering up errors, but you did get it in the shadow position.
See, I like it too, and I think it sounds good.
You know, I actually like the sound of that too. And Edna, I do too. And, you know, screenshots have helped me so much. I've had issues, Stephen can tell you, with my doctor the past couple of days, and my screenshots probably saved me because he was lying on me big time, saying that, like, he called on time, but I didn't answer. Really, he was like 27 minutes late, and I called back 3 minutes later, and I was able to prove it. And now that doctor, yeah, I went all the way up to like the supervisor's supervisor of the unit. I was not giving up. Okay, and now, would you tell me, please, said Alice a little timidly, why are you painting those roses? 5 and 7 said nothing but looked at 2. 2 began in a low voice, why, the fact is, you see, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree, and we put a white one in by mistake. And if the queen was to find it out, we should all have our heads cut off, you know. We all make mistakes. Every single one of us upon this planet has made a mistake, misunderstood, done something that wasn't quite correct, and mixed things up rather terribly. Today, people often complain and want perfection. Much like the dreaded queen, they behave as if they have the right to cut people's heads off, to punish them, if they have not carried out their assignments perfectly. The same applies to our soul assignments. Despite what our soul would best enjoy learning, we humans often misunderstand, head off in another direction, and make some rather wonderful mistakes. Thankfully, unlike the queen, our soul will not punish us, but we do need to do some work to make things right. While you may be tempted to cover things up and not be open about what has happened, especially perhaps to yourself, it truly is best to see what can be done. If this relates to you on an everyday level, and you are working for a person who will be unkind or cruel if you do not perform tasks perfectly, then you may need to find a way to peacefully escape that particular situation. That way you can enjoy white roses just as they are without fear of making a mistake or making things even worse because you feel you must cover up an error just to avoid punishment. White roses are perfect and lovely and innocent. Do not try to cover up anything within yourself that you feel is not right for fear of being punished for not presenting or behaving to expectation. Refusing to hide mistakes or errors, taking on a punishment that is way too harsh, refusing to change something that is perfect just as it is, encouraging others to stand their ground and stand together, no longer fearing an oppressive societal expectation or a tyrannical person. Yes, and you were literally just talking about standing up to bullies, right? That's, you know, basically what this card is saying. It's saying, you know, in the next week or two, make sure that you really stand your ground when you know you're right or when you know someone else is right. Don't be afraid to step in. And here's the wonderful part about it. It doesn't have to be confrontational or be a fight because you have so much class and, you know, can offer so much grace that you can get your point across firmly and seriously without anyone being able to say that you were rude, obnoxious, uncouth, or any of those types of things, right? You're being called to do this. And I actually do see that it's involving someone else, okay? So an injustice has been done to someone, and you're like, oh, hell no. Like, no, not on my watch. The universe is like, you know, normally we'd be like, stay out of it so you don't become the bad guy. You know what's right in your heart. Don't back down, stand your ground, and help unite others who want to do the same, okay? Yeah, don't back down, especially when you know that you're right. But here's the kicker. Make sure you know your rights. Make sure the person coming to you telling you about the injustice isn't leaving things out that they may have done wrong, right? So say, you know, for instance, your husband owns a business and you're really good friends with one of his employees, and the employee comes crying to you and is like, Edna, you know, your husband fired me, and you know, all I was 10 minutes late, and it's because I was dropping my kid off at preschool, and I'm so sorry, and he fired me, and it was, and you're like, why would he do something like that? And you go to confront him. Meanwhile, this person didn't tell you they were actually 45 minutes late and they don't have a kid. Do you know what I mean? So make sure that you know what you're standing behind. And I feel like you're definitely going to.
Josephine.
Okay.
Josephine, you are up, dear.
Josephine, I am going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, a beautiful gift from Aunt Edna. Speaking of beautiful gifts, Blue Crossroads, I am still very honored, and I hope you don't mind me sharing because I'm going to share it anyway when they arrive, has offered me 2 Oracle decks that I don't have yet that were Miss Shauna's. And when he messaged me about this, I was literally tearing up because I was like, wow, like how amazing for him to think of me. Do you know what I mean? And I can't wait to get them. Lucy Cavendish is actually my favorite author of Oracle. And I think Amy Brown is absolutely spectacular. I know you said she was Shauna's favorite. So I cannot wait to get the Fairy Blessings and the other Oracle deck and the boots, because I am a boot person, and I will wear them with pride and with grace in tribute to Miss Shauna. Okay, card number 12, the Moon in Pisces, empathy. Guys, I just want to say right now, the only person I know for a fact is Moon in Pisces is our beautiful blue heron. Moon in Pisces people are so incredibly emotionally empathic that even I have to walk away from them sometimes because I don't know how to provide comfort. I pick up on people's emotions. A lot of us do. But Moon in Pisces people, when this card is talking about empathy, it is not even lying, because let me tell you something. I feel bad with Moon in Pisces people. So Slow Motion says, why do different decks make a difference to interpretation? So, well, it all depends on what the author of that deck says the cards are, you know, the meaning. But I've got to be honest, like the card I just pulled for Aunt Edna, right, in reverse. I could pull this next week or 10 minutes from now for a different person, and there will be a completely and totally different message. The theme of it will be the same, but because I pull people's spirit teams in and I channel straight from source, the message never really comes from the deck. It comes from spirit. But if I were to make an Oracle deck, it would be whatever my interpretation of what's on the card was. And then if you read, that's the difference between Intuitive Oracle and Oracle. When you read Oracle, you just read from the book. When you read Intuitive Oracle, you can read, you know, intuitively and from the book like I do. And some people just don't even use the book at all. Jules, hey, baby girl, you have been such a doll. I can't wait for a convo tomorrow. Okay. Josephine. Now, this doesn't mean you are a Moon in Pisces, but it does mean this is the energy coming in for you in the next week or two. Personal people with a Moon Pisces personality. Oh, personal. Never mind. People with a Moon Pisces personality display a super sensitive emotional nature that acts like a psychic sponge, soaking up the feelings and thoughts of others. In fact, the way in which people with this planet sign combination feel responds very strongly to the vibes they pick up from others. Easily hurt but emotionally resilient, the Moon Piscean often has to be helped to be able to express feelings fully. Emotions for Pisceans are related strongly to the unconscious and to past experience. Whether they have experimented with psychic abilities or not, they undoubtedly have great potential for development in this area. The Moon in Pisces card describes someone with a deep understanding or deep underlying shyness that contrasts with a great sensitivity and an ability to make contact with other people. This card can often also indicate an intuitive ability for fashion in all areas and highlights a good business aspect when hunches are played with a degree of realism. When this card appears in a reading, it suggests that the questioner has more concern for the feeling of others than for his or her own emotions. The empathy card also indicates a very good feeling for public taste that can be exploited by the development of a new service or product that satisfies a general need. So what this is really saying, Josephine, is you are coming into a time where you're going to be able to, more so than usual, because I feel like this is something that already happens with you, like with every single other person in here that's in here on a regular basis. You're going to be really intuiting and interpreting other people's feelings and emotions so much more in the next week or two. And this is going to be important because it's going to teach you how to separate your emotions from others' emotions. That's a really hard lesson to learn. It took me 38 years to be able to do it. And why am I feeling sad? Is it because my son is sad about something, or am I actually sad? Have I taken on someone else's emotion? This is going to become important in the next week or two, because I feel like you're going to have someone who either comes to you for advice or who just comes to you for a shoulder to cry on and, you know, an ear to listen. And the universe is trying to warn you, like, be very careful that you don't like take up this vengeance cause for someone who is like brokenhearted, because it reminds you of when you were brokenhearted and now you're out on a mission to get revenge on the person who broke your heart, but really you're taking it out on this person's heartbreaker. Like, really, really ask yourself, why am I feeling the way that I am? And be mindful of that in all areas with any sort of extreme or over the top emotion. Okay. And I'm getting things like anger and vengeance are the top two. Slow motion, often amazed when Gem gets it right. That's because it's not actually me. It's spirit. Spirit's telling me the answers. I do hear that a lot.
I do too.
Believe it or not. I have to like tell them, like, there's a lot going on here that you guys don't realize. Like, I'm telling spirit sometime to line up. I'm telling some of them to leave. They're not wanted. I'm telling some of them this isn't a personal channeling message. I'm telling the others to go wait. So when I do things like, or like when I zone out for a second, that's actually what's happening. I'm communicating with one entity or another and telling it, you know, either get out of my face or go wait upstairs, or, you know.
Next is Blue Cross. Hello, Diesel.
Hey, Diesel girl. Multifaceted jewels. Yes. That was a huge struggle for me in my life. I had no idea that I was intuitive and I was feeling everybody else's stuff and just thought I was crazy. Me too. You're not alone. With you personally, though, and I hope you don't mind me sharing this, your abilities, and I haven't really gotten to the bottom of what exactly they are yet, are so strong and so natural that once you do start being able to recognize it, you have a lot of abilities like I do. I don't think you're a physical medium, but a lot of the other stuff, being a psychic knower, things, a natural witch, things like that. So that's one of the things we're going to work on, is being able to understand things like that, because otherwise you will think you're crazy. And you don't even realize, you know, someone's crying 3 houses down and you're sitting there by yourself, and all of a sudden it somehow touches your energy and now you're crying and you're like, where is this coming from? Being able to ask yourself where it's coming from and to understand that even if you can't see with your own eyes where it's coming from, that it's not really coming from you, makes everything so much easier, believe me. And that's one of the things we're going to work on. I hope you use the black sage. Blue Crossroads says, I'm here. Gemma Jade, I really feel Shauna would love to know that through us, she will contribute in some way to all in our community. She and I would love to see you rock those boots. And I'm really going to, and I will send you pictures. I'm actually planning on, once I receive them, wearing pants or shorts. I mean, I always wear like pajama bottoms, but something that will look nice with the boots, and standing on the chair and showing everybody how awesome they are. And I'm going to wear them in honor of her here on stream. So, you know, she's always energetically with us every time we stream. And I just, you know, I'm really grateful that you feel that way. And it like, sorry, it makes me emotional because, you know, it means a great deal to me that you feel that way and that you know that, because it is true. She is going, or she is proud, and she, is going to think it's awesome if she doesn't already. And she is contributing in a big way, because I have those 2 decks on my wish list. I just haven't gotten around to getting them yet. Which is kind of funny. Like, I have 100 and some odd decks, and like, I just happen to not have those 2. And one of them is by my favorite Oracle. Lucy Cavendish. I have one right here, Lucy Cavendish. Alice in Wonderland, Lucy Cavendish. I think the Vampire Oracle, Lucy Cavendish. Like I have pretty much all of them except like 3. So definitely, you guys always contributed, the both of you anyway. So for her to do that while she's also in spirit and in energy is really amazing. and absolutely.
Hey, Michigan, Wayne.
What's up? Oh, guys, I finally was able to take a screenshot. So today, when you and I were talking about your date, like 2 sentences in, it started going Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters. And I finally got it on screenshot, and I sent it to him. And I'm like, see what I mean? I have over 500 contacts in my phone, and it never does it with anyone else. And it did it twice in that conversation.
That's funny.
It's crazy.
My date with my ex. Oh, we did. That was fun. And can we move on now? Blue, you're next.
I know. Blue Crossroads. Slow Motion says, I am an addict and this feels like my group. Good. I'm really glad, because I started this channel for people in addiction recovery, and then YouTube threatened me that if I continued, I'd never be able to be monetized, which at first I didn't care. And then I started putting in 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours. And I was like, oh, I kind of have to care because it's a full-time job now. And I believe it or not, a lot of people that subscribe to my channel, I'd say 80% of them are in some form of addiction and or recovery. And I'm proud of that fact. I would love for us to be your group. You guys are my group. I don't go to group anymore. I am using, okay, well, I guess you got the Pegasus. Excuse me. Where's Miss Smoochie?
I was wondering the same thing.
And Mike, we're missing Mike. Vixen Doe, she'll probably come a little later.
Yep.
Blue Crossroads, you got the Pegasus in the shadow.
Your jailbird Gemma.
Oh, E comes before H. Gemma Addicts. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I like to follow that jailbird.
Gemma is a rebel. I'm like a rebel without a cause, but with a cause. Oh, God, please. Keywords: triumph, ascension, freedom, liberation, friends, allies, sidekick, assistance, worthy cause, heroism, virtuous battle, earned rewards, attainment of goals. Sound familiar? I know, right, darling Death? This fantastical horse is the steed of the gods and the helpful companion to heroes. I've got something going on with my throat where I'm having a hard time swallowing, so that's why I keep stopping for a second. He will aid the most deserving individuals on the most important of quests. Indeed, it is time to celebrate if Pegasus has come into your life. It indicates that you have made a significant accomplishment and the gods have noticed. Someone has decided that your mission is a worthy cause and your success warrants praise. With the aid of Pegasus, you may complete your most daunting of tasks and soon take on an even bigger battle. Keep up the great work and Pegasus can take you higher. To fly on the back of Pegasus is to experience a new level of freedom. Your hard work has given you perspectives and knowledge that allow you to see and do what had not been accessible to you before. We've been talking about this. Pegasus is a gift. He has come as the result of your genuine effort. He is the new strength that you have recently gained. You are a triumphant warrior, and you are now better equipped for your next battle. Use this newfound freedom to push the boundaries even further. You got it inverted in the shadow. That doesn't mean all of that isn't true, but there's more. Falling from the sky, Pegasus has been bitten by a gadfly. The traveler's entitlement to ride the marvelous steed has expired. This can happen when noble intentions become muddled with arrogance. It can happen when the ego inflates from too much praise and self-satisfaction. The blessings of the Pegasus and of the gods become taken for granted. Remember that what the gods give, they can also take away. If the traveler tries to fly to where he should not go, then soon he will not be able to fly at all. So, okay. This is like when people are like, you know, can you use your abilities and tell me who's going to win the World Series? And I'm like, I might be able to do that. I probably won't, but I might be able to. But if I did, all of my abilities would be stripped. I would lose my abilities. Russell Gill, holy smokes. Holy crap. I can't believe you're in here. How are you? It's been forever. Yeah, so Blue Crossroads, I feel like this is, wrong card. This is like the universe saying, make sure that you jump on opportunity while you have the chance, because if you don't, or if you wait too long, these opportunities are not only going to pass you by, but you're going to be waiting for a really long time before you receive the same kind of opportunities. And I feel like these are things that you're looking forward to, that you've been thinking about for a long time. We talked about this last week, that you should maybe start doing things that you've been putting off, do things just for you, whether it's accepting an awesome new job, something you've been looking forward to, traveling, get out of there. Things like that. But I feel like there is an expiration date on any offer and or opportunity that comes in, or that I would say that has come in the last week or two, and that's coming in this. So like within this month period, we're kind of in the middle of it. Make sure you don't wait too long. Okay. I do feel like the word arrogant kept sticking out to me. And I feel like an arrogant person is going to try to kind of rain on your parade and tell you all the reasons why this is never going to work, why you should never take that opportunity. I feel like this is all coming from a place of fear, though, okay? It's coming from a place of them either being afraid to lose you, or being afraid you're going to get hurt. Or so when this happens, especially if it's with someone that's really close to you, just pull them aside and talk to them and tell them to stop being a jackass, and they probably will. Spiritual war we are in. Russell Gill, I think I know you. That's why I had that big reaction. But I might not. There might be, yeah, I got the last name wrong. You're on mute. I was thinking of a Russell, something similar, but you're not the person I thought you were. But welcome anyway. It's so awesome to see you. And you will definitely get a pep talk. If you would like some spiritual advice, let me know, because I think this is your first time in, right? So we'll move you up a little tiny bit on the totem pole. Always go dealer's choice. Yes. Well, when I used to try to ask you guys which deck, pick a number, it would take forever. And finally, my guides were like, no, like, we want to be responsible for the message that comes through. So either way they would have been, but it's much easier like this for me. Now, if someone comes in and says, Gemma, can you use, this deck and pick this card? I'll certainly do it, but I don't, you have, that's probably where I recognize.
I was going to say he has been in here before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I lost my train of thought, but I don't think it was anything that important. Who's next?
We're going to do Tracy next, since she's out shopping around. And then we're going to do Melissa.
Jules, thank you for that. Tracy, we are going to use myths and mermaids. And please don't forget to message me. You can message me now, and I'll get back to you after stream, because it's you and two others I have to see tomorrow before the 8 o'clock stream, which means before 7:45. So we really got to work that out. Jules already has her time down. The other girl has her time down. So we want to get you in there as well. Okay, good night, Shelly. Please send me your address, because now I've signed books for you and I can't very well give them to anyone else. So it'll be a waste of books if you don't. Have a wonderful night. Love you.
Oh, we can look in.
Or Bat Mom, thank you for that. Sorry, I thought Jules said it. I'm sorry, Stephen. What did you say? No,
I said go ahead and do Tracy, and then, but you can always find a Shelley Montgomery in a phone book and just send it to her out of the blue.
I have it somewhere because I sent her a Christmas card, but for some reason it's not in with all the others. So, oh, what a beautiful card. Halcyon, and so many butterflies, so much freedom. Okay. Card number 7. I'm flying, I'm free, I'm out of the sea, enchanted with wings, what delivery this brings. Where once I felt sameness, displeasure, frustration, I'm now independent. What a grand transformation. An iridescent mermaid surrounds herself with a veritable rainbow of fluttering butterflies, dreaming that she too will one day gain the gift of flight. A transformation will bring freedom. You are on the brink of a metamorphosis. Yeah, you are. Your life has become stagnant, but you have the tools to make positive changes, and now is the time to make them. You might face challenges along the way in the form of other people who are reluctant to accept your decisions or as physical barriers that stand in your path, but be persistent. Visualize who you wish to become and do not give up until you reach your goals. Resist the urge to alter yourself merely to please others. Stay true to who you are, even if doing so seems unpopular. The Bat Mom, I could certainly try. Like Miss Shelley? No, that's your main spirit guide. I would never, but it is a funny thought. So, Tracy, I mean, this card is right on, is it not? I know that we haven't been able to connect as much as either one of us would like, 100% because of me, and I do really apologize, and I'm going to make it up to you. But it's like, this card is saying that like major changes are coming your way in the next week or two, right? So there are going to be people around you who really don't understand this spiritual transformation, specifically the spiritual that you're going through. And while you definitely have the right and can explain it to them, you don't by any means have to. And it doesn't matter who this is, okay? You are not beholden to give anyone an explanation, okay? The work that we're going to do, and I feel like other things that you're going to be driven to do, moved to do by your guides and your spirit team, your angels, even deceased loved ones, is going to give you a sense of freedom unlike anything that you've known, maybe not ever before, but definitely in a really long time, okay? So this is the universe, this is your team's way of saying, do not give up, do not stop. And even if certain people aren't understanding, even if they're getting angry with you, even if they don't like your explanation, I will always say it, and I will continue to say it. Mind over matter. Those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. If someone who doesn't understand what you're going through is going to leave your life because you're not changing to suit their needs and at their will and whim, is that really someone you want in your life in any capacity anyway? No, hell no. This is a beautiful card with a beautiful and amazing message.
Okay, we're going to do Melissa Nicole.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, my voice is so bad. Melissa Nicole. I was trying to be all nice and cool about it, but it just didn't make it to the mic.
Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Long
Guys,
time.
don't forget, if you have to leave early, please let us know so you don't lose out on your reading if you wanted one. Melissa, I'm using fairy tale. I don't know if I just said that or not. Guys, I feel like I'm coming down with a fever. You're very welcome, honey. And that never happens to me. I'm telling you, it's going to be back to blood transfusions. But you know what? So worth it. Slow motion. Do you want to hang out for like 3 more minutes and get a reading after Melissa? Let me know. If not, do you want a timestamp?
I can do a timestamp. I'm more than happy to do those too because they're easy.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah.
I can go back and write it down in the comments for you. And you can go back and watch it. That's not a big deal.
The Children of Lear, the card of voice. Yeah, you definitely are, baby. All that bacon talk. Good night, Tracy. I don't know what that means. Card number 37. I think you meant to say 3 mins. Yes, after Melissa's reading. Or we can timestamp for you, honey, and you can come back, tomorrow or whenever you have time. Look in the comment section and it'll give you the time on the video where your reading is. Out with you upon the wild waves, children of the king. Henceforth your cries shall be with the flocks of birds. In this haunting tale from Ireland, we learn of 5 kings battling to rule over the Tuatha De Danann, and I believe that's some sort of fairy. The people of the land, sometimes called Faery, okay. One ruler is chosen, but one king walks from the gathering, proclaiming himself the chieftain in protest at the choice of the people, and to appease him in time and to ease the suffering he has at the death of his first wife in childbirth, the chief offers him his foster daughter to wed. And the king agrees and is brought into the clan more closely, proving the wisdom and the patience of the great king of the Tuatha. They have 4 children, a beautiful girl with long, fair arms, a handsome boy, and 2 twins, who the wife dies giving birth to. Again, the kingdom is threatened by the grieving and the loss, and so the second foster daughter of the great chief weds the heartbroken king, and for a time she loves him and cherishes her nieces and nephews. But she grows jealous of their love for him, of his love for them, falls into a fever and hits them with a druid rod of hazel, turning them into swans who must live as swans for 900 years in 3 different places for 300 years at a time. They retain their human voices and sensibilities, and they sing more beautifully than any other bird. They are able to stay with each other, and due to their beauty and their voices, they are loved by many. The one who cursed them is punished to become a witch of the air, which she remains to this day. And in no time, the children of Lir see all their loved ones pass, witness the retreat of the Tuatha De Danann, and see the coming of the monks of the Christ. They are finally freed from their enchantment by a gentle Christian monk, and when they reclaim their human form, they are so ancient that he baptizes them immediately, seeing that they are about to perish, and they die within seconds of being human again. The children of Lir enter their graves together, the sister holding each brother under her arms and upon her breast, just as she did for 900 years when they were swans. This card is here to remind you of the eternal nature of your soul, that while lifetimes will shift and change, and you will transform from one incarnation to another, your soul is on a journey, and you are more than what takes place within this one lifetime. Your soul is ages old, has already traveled so far, and soon you will understand at least a part of the current journey, far more than you do at present. This card will also remind you that it is natural for your belief system to evolve and even radically alter throughout one lifetime. You are, most of all, allowed to follow the direction the journey of the soul is taking you in. Meaning your form may change, but your voice remains. Use your voice to speak your story. Shifts from one faith to another. Releasement from a long family burden. Wisdom to stay together with loved ones. Suffering will end. You are loved no matter what your form. So there are actually several messages here, but the main one that I want to get across to you right away, Melissa, is you have to stop beating yourself up and or punishing yourself for mistakes that you've made, and also for how you've allowed yourself to be treated. And that's coming in very clearly. You are not the sum of you are not the sum of all the terrible things that you've been through and that have happened to you, or even that you've done. Okay. Your soul is on a completely different journey than your humanity. So while you may want to, and I'm not saying this is what you want, but find the love of your life, live in a house by the beach, and be incredibly wealthy, that's your soul doesn't care about that. Okay. Your soul cares about what it is learning through all of these really hard lessons. Okay. Through all of the pain and the laughter and the joy, whatever your soul was here to learn. I feel like for a long time, you've been trying to come into your soul's purpose and really come into your journey, but you're still allowing yourself to be held back by either one other or by others, and also by yourself, because I feel like a part of you, whether you're conscious of it or not, is telling yourself, so this is a part of you telling yourself that you don't deserve better, you aren't worthy, things are never going to change regardless of what you do. The road is going to be way too hard. You're going to have to struggle way too much. What if? No, the universe is saying you have to act on this. It's not enough to say I'm gonna. It's not enough anymore to even make a plan to. The universe is telling you, if you do not, it's not that you're going to run out of time or anything, but what if you do? Will you have any regrets if you were to, God forbid, pass away tomorrow? Right? When we have so much stress and negativity and negative energy surrounding us, and we pass away suddenly, which is why people usually end up having all that surrounding them when they pass, we become fractured. And that's how a lot of hauntings start. So, you know, a piece of you could stick around and be haunting people, and then you in your next incarnation are not whole and complete because, you know, I don't know if that makes sense to you because you don't see the things that I see, but I hope I explained it well. You have to deal with things in the now, okay? Stop worrying about the what ifs and stop looking back and being like, you know, worrying about the whys. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why did I allow that? Nobody cares, including the universe, including your team. All they care about is what are you doing right now to to advance your soul on its journey and through its purpose. Bat mom, exactly. Girl, you also don't want God or the universe to make the decision for you, right? And that time actually has come and gone. So if you thought it was bad the last time you had a tower moment where everything just kind of fell to crap and you didn't know how you were going to breathe again, let alone live through it and get up, it's going to be 10 times, if not 100 times worse this time when it happens, because you're showing the universe that you're not learning the lessons. And I am not judging you, not indicting you. I can tell you, as I always say, and I love to remind you guys, it is not Gemma giving you the advice. I'm simply the oracle. Okay. I'm just the messenger.
And what happens in your past doesn't define you. It should make you better. You learn from your mistakes and learn from your growth. That's what it's about. Moving forward, always taking a step forward.
I am trying right now and I only bring myself into it a lot of the time to show you that I relate. Okay. I'm only now understanding why I have been in nothing but, except for this particular time, abusive relationships, abusive romantic relationships, right? Because it's karma that carried over from a past life and probably from the life before that and the life before that. But in this life, I was born with abilities. So I was able to see it and learn from it a lot quicker. A lot quicker, meaning at 39 years old, okay, 38 years old. But still, I'm going to be sure that it doesn't follow me into my next life. Everything is both. Everything is a lesson or a blessing. Yes, yes. Hi, Amy.
Alfredo. Don't ask me to say it. They're right here.
Who's Alfredo?
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Right here. I'll show you. I can't.
It's okay.
No. Just
Arnelfo, Stella. I got you, girl.
Okay. I'm not very good with certain words in it.
No, it's okay. That's Miss Stella. Miss Stella, I'm still sending you your monthly readings, but I'm not getting responses. So I'm wondering if I have the right. Oh, I got to read for slow motion. I'm wondering if I have the right email address.
Well, I can do timestamp for her. Oh, they're still here? Okay, if you want to go ahead and read for her.
Slow motion, I'm using the Urban Crow Oracle. Miss Stella, if you have to leave early, please let us know so I can make sure you get your reading.
She threw me off with that one.
So many beautiful souls in here. I've been saying it for a long time, guys, but I'm really being, I don't want to say pressured, but I'm feeling the heat of doing anytime intuitive oracle readings by zodiac sign. I'm really feeling the heat and it's coming. It's coming real soon. I'm making several changes to my schedule to be able to do at least 12 a month, hopefully 12 a week. It's not going to be like I'm doing this for the week of March 1st through March 8th. It's going to be whenever you come across this reading for your sun, moon, or rising sign. That's when it's for. So, you don't watch 4 in one day because then the messages get jumbled. Okay, you got the card of Soar, slow motion, card number 46. I'll just ramble and ramble and ramble. You got to remind me. Have the confidence to fly. Get up, open your wings, and feel the supportive wind carry you to your destination. There are no obstacles in your way. Now is the time to move. Conjure up the courage and take action. Soar brings a rush of energy and an open channel to receive the information needed to progress quickly with confidence toward your goal. It is in this space that blocks are removed and events flow beautifully as you sail to success. Amazing. Oh, Miss Lara, maybe we could do something together. We've got to get together and talk. Slow motion. I don't know if you're aware of this opportunity, like if it's something you're already pondering, or if maybe it's something you already said yes to, but the universe is like, go, 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 and don't look back. Run, slow motion, run. Not away from it, but toward and right into it. I feel like there's an opportunity that you've been either working toward or simply wishing for a really long time that is literally going to fall into your lap or come across you in some way you were least expecting. The universe is saying, don't question it. Don't ask why. Don't talk yourself out of it. Okay. Don't tell yourself that you're less than or not deserving. Jump in, take the leap of faith, like the fool at the start of his journey, and move on, move forward, and soar like this beautiful black crow. Okay. Whatever opportunities have recently come in for you or that are coming in the next week or two. Okay. The universe wants you, if it's more than one, really consider them. And then take the one that makes the most sense to you. Do not let these opportunities pass you by because you are not going to get another chance for a really long time. I feel like you might be struggling with a specific decision. Okay. Maybe feeling either like you're not worthy or like, really confused as to whether or not you're making the right decision, procrastinating, wondering what others are going to think if you make decision A instead of decision B, and trying to listen to the advice of everybody and not wanting to let anyone down, things like that. Don't do that. Okay. Make the decision, stick to it, and go. The universe is saying now is the time. You are going to be nothing but successful if you act now. Have I showed you guys this little guy yet?
Where'd you find my little brother at?
I don't know who gave my mom a box full of knickknacks, but he was in there.
As well.
He's really creepy looking.
Interesting. You better watch him at night.
Yeah. Show.
That's a little creepy.
I didn't read for Salvador, did I?
Did he ever pop back in?
Oh, he didn't come back in because
no. And then if he doesn't show back up, I usually am really good about giving him a timestamp too.
Oh yeah, for sure for him. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. When I first saw him, he creeped me out, and then I was like, "Oh, your name is Felix? Okay." He has great energy, believe it or not. He really makes me feel protected. That's what the thing came. Oh my gosh, really? Oh, Bat Mom, I am so incredibly happy to hear that and proud, as usual, of this stream. Bat Mom says, ladies, me and my kids lost everything we had 2 years ago. Never thought I would be able to put money on my own land. You guys have helped me tremendously. That is what I want to do. That is the bottom line for me, because helping you guys helps me because it's part of my journey. In the next 9 years, I am supposed to have opened my own spiritual retreat. I scare you. I hope that's in the best way possible. Take the advice of the universe, though, slow motion. You do deserve it. You are worthy. You are worth it. You are worth every ounce of effort that you put into yourself and so much more. I believe in you. So whatever this is, you can do it. And don't listen to people who are going to respond to whatever this decision is out of fear. Like I said, I think to Blue Crossroads earlier, it's like they might be afraid of losing you. They might be afraid that you're going to change so much they don't recognize you, things like that. So offer grace and always speak with kindness and love. But at the end of the day, do what is best for you. You deserve it. I believe in you. And if you need any help or additional advice, please feel free to email me. I'm always here for you guys. That goes for all of you.
Okay, the Bat Mom's next.
Sorry.
You're fine. I had to go take medicine because my throat was getting bad again.
Let me just finish this up. Oh, Amy, that's wonderful. Amy says, I have a viewing tomorrow for an apartment. There's a housing crisis and so many people looking and no properties on the market. So really hoping I get picked. Don't hope, act as if. For the rest of the night, talk out loud and be like, I am so grateful that I got picked for this apartment. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to paint the walls with a fresh coat of paint. Start decorating the apartment in your mind. Even if you don't know what it looks like, imagine. Be thankful for it. Tell the universe you're grateful for being the one that got picked. Over and over and over again, as many times as you possibly can.
Okay, Bat Mom's next.
For you, you will get it. Bat Mom.
Bat Mom.
I have a pair of Batman earrings that I want to send you.
I have a lot of Batman stuff.
I gave RJ the matching necklace, but I do still have the earrings.
Is my picture I sent you still hanging on the wall there?
In his bedroom, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Batmom the vampire. Good night, slow motion. Thank you so much for the validation. Let us know how it turns out.
Have a good week. And hopefully you come back tomorrow for the chit chat.
Yes. Chillax and chat. So guys, on Monday, don't be upset or offended when I start the live stream and go directly into the video as if it were a premiere. I'm not slighting you guys or ignoring you. As soon as I'm done reading through the script, we're going to bring Steven in. We're going to have an entire hour or more to discuss whatever I talked about. And I don't know if I'm going to keep that format, but I have a 8,000 word script that I don't feel like pre-recording because they're just not doing well. But I also still want to bring you guys that kind of content. So I thought maybe this would work. If not, there you go, Jules. Yes, yes. Everyone, let's congratulate Amy on her new apartment. Everyone, please put it in the chat. Congratulations, Amy, on your new apartment. That is so awesome. Paranormal Pixie 20-minute warning. Oh, you need to be read after Batman.
Yeah, I was going to have you do it after Batman.
Darling Deb, thank you.
It's going to be Batman, Pixie.
I felt like poop all day, and it happens. You can ask Steven. The past few weeks, I haven't been feeling good. I've been dragging, and then as soon as I get in stream, that's because that's the difference between reading from a book and intuitively channeling directly from source. Source is pure, unadulterated, uncensored, unbiased love.
Yes, there you go. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much, Melissa Nicole. PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat and Super Stickers if you don't have PayPal or Cash App. Always appreciate the donations, guys. As I say that about Source being the ultimate love and light, compassion. Oh, Miss Stella, thank you so much. Again, if you have to leave for any reason, let me know and we can timestamp a reading for you. What was that?
What?
Did you see that?
I missed that. Where was it?
It was so weird. There was this face. It flashed on my screen real quick and the whole screen blipped out. And as it came back, the face was still there. It was like literally a millisecond. Like blinking, I'd have missed it. Mike Roberts, hey, I'm doing your personal at the beginning of next week. So you may get it a day or two after March 1st. Okay.
Wait, one more thing. Mike, yell at her because she gave me credit for her corset, and you're the one that sent her the corset.
No, he sent me a corset dress.
Oh, I thought, did I?
You sent me, we thought it was a tank top. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
He sent me the corset steampunk dress that nobody gave me until about a month ago, so I never got to wear it for Halloween because all this stuff happened right before I was supposed to wear it for the book signing.
Right, I
remember we had to go and pay $80 for that outfit.
Yeah. Yep, I remember.
You sent me the corset tank top. I'll show it to you. You'll remember. It was purple and pink, and it was.
Oh, okay.
Remember? That wasn't a tank top. That was a real corset.
I didn't.
That needs to be like pulled and tied in the back. It's gonna look awesome once I finally put it on.
Okay.
Mike, so good to see you. Let's keep that energy up. Batmom, yes, we are jealous of your new apartment, Amy. We really are. That discounted price.
I'm so upset.
The amazing neighborhood, girl. You are so lucky.
You will get it.
Batmom, compassion. I think I pulled this last week for someone as well because I remember saying simpatico. I like that word. Empathy, simpatico, and kindness. There are times in our life when circumstances and people and what we see have a certain horror to them. It is the horror of being unable to believe that there is such cruelty and malice and injustice in the world. Each day we allow ourselves, we expose our minds and our hearts and energies to events that hold enough tragedy within them for us to suffer pain on behalf of other humans, animals, and all the fellow creatures we share this planet with. We children of the night know this suffering too, and sometimes cannot bear to stand it a moment longer. We have no more forbearance at times, and that is when we step forward and carry those who are suffering so very deeply. Within this card are elements of your great beliefs, your beautiful Christ, God made flesh, at his moment of being taken down from the cross, at that moment released from suffering. In this way, we want you to know that all the suffering you see, all the hardship you can observe is unendurable for us too. So we must step forward, and even God does not refuse help, even when it comes from one who many would claim to be the opposite of all they consider to be good. When this card appears to you, know that even the unlikeliest hearts hold compassion, and sometimes they cannot bear the suffering about them any more than you can. And they become an ally, comforting those who have fallen or who are unable to rise and take steps toward the rebirth of their own life. This deep compassion means that they will refuse to take comfort or exit their lives of hardship because they know that where they are, they can do most good. And there is much good within us and so much good within you. If you have fallen, you will be caught up in strong arms and helped and tenderly nurtured. You will be treated with respect, although at this time you may be unconscious of this fact. And the one who will gather you up when you have unraveled, when you are fallen, is not the one who you thought would come to your aid. We're missing Eris too. Hey, Cowie, thanks for stopping by. Blessing. This is an opportunity to change your mind about who has compassion within their heart and who is a caring being. For the great nurturing tenderness and yearning to ease the misery in the world through being kind to you at this time will come through an unexpected source. And there is great goodness in their act, although you may never have thought of them as one or the kind who cares. You may fear that accepting help will mean you are judged as weak. Tony, that's who I pulled this for last week. When you accept the help that will be offered, you will become stronger, and it is that strength that will be seen most clearly. This card could also herald a time when you seek to do volunteer work, help others in unexpected situations, and become in some way the embodiment of the holy human expression that is the most beautiful, compassion. So, yay! How's Hawaii? I'm always so jealous. Yes. How many hours? I thought it was only 5 hours ahead. I knew a friend in, where did he live? He called everyone Mush. Burr in County Offaly. Anyway, he was like my first ever subscriber. His name was Damo. All right. So Bat Mom, I definitely feel like you're going to be somewhat teaming up with somebody this week or next week, but I think it's more like this week, and it might already be happening, that you never expected to even get along with, let alone share the same views with. I feel like you're going to speak up about something, or there's something that's going to happen where like this other person is going to be like, yeah, me too. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like really? I didn't know that. And you're going to make a new friend, not only a new friend, but a new ally. And I feel like this person could become an important part of your life in the long term, or they could just be someone that helps you with something right now. I feel like this person, for whatever reason, has a lot to offer you. And it may not be a material thing, but it could be like someone who, again, is a shoulder to cry on. It's definitely someone unexpected, but someone that you already know. So it could be someone coming in from the past that you really didn't get along with, or someone that's presently in your life that you hardly ever talk to. Like, say you post on social media that like, I know most people wouldn't post this, but just an example. Oh, I'm $200 short on my rent this month and I'm going to get thrown out. And then like a random person is like, I got that. Here you go. And they just send it to you. And you're like, who the heck? And when you're thanking them, they're like, you know, you realize you have so much in common, and you guys end up becoming friends. Ghost Dragons, you do enough outside of stream. But I do appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. I'm never angry, but you give me so much outside of stream.
Well, that was lottery winnings. We've been lucky with the scratch offs again. So
that's always his excuse, guys. Okay. This dude, if I believed him every time he told me that he won the lottery, he would.
Dad's the lucky one.
Be a millionaire.
Dad's the lucky one. He buys them and I scratch them all.
I appreciate you very much, and I love you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
1:37 a.m. on Thursday. Oh, guys, don't forget, next Wednesday for Live Intuitive Oracle, it is my birthday celebration. Okay, so be here
Pajama party.
or be square. All right, I got to read for Miss Lara. Lara, I'm going to use the magic of you. Thank you so much, Stephen. Really.
No, you're welcome. You deserve it in a lot of ways.
She said I'm getting the wrong lottery tickets. I don't play it anymore. I am so bad with gambling. Even like I grew up in North New Jersey, so Atlantic City is like a 2.5 hour drive.
Been
and
there.
My parents, my mom and stepdad would go all the time, and they would get comped these like suites, and we'd get comped lobster dinners, and like we'd go like kings, right? Because they spent a lot of money. But every time they'd give me money, once I was old enough, I would pocket it. And by the end of the day, I'd be like, yo, I'm going to hit the boardwalk. And my stepdad would be like, where'd you get money from? You didn't win. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't spend any. And he's like, don't tell your mother. And then my mom would be like, what did you do with all the money I gave you? And I'd be like, yeah, I didn't want to. She's like, oh, don't tell Gary. They're both handing me 20s, thinking I'm putting them in the machine. Because every time I put $20 in the machine, I'd be like, oh man, I could have bought diapers with that. Oh my God, I could have put that towards the rent, and like it would drive me nuts. At the end of the day, I'd go shopping with it anyway. Okay, let me stop yapping and read for Miss Lara. Yeah, it's my big one too, guys. The big 4-0, okay?
Dun, dun, dun.
Scared.
It's all downhill from there.
No, don't put that out there. It's all going to be amazing. My time to shine.
That's what I meant.
Behind. Shake, shake.
You hit 40, it's nothing but an easy ride. No, it's not. You're going to have a good time.
I just literally burst into cheer. It's our time to shine. Take from behind. Shake, shake what you got. Woo! Why not? Only when we said woo, we spun around so our skirts lifted up.
I'm not going to say nothing.
No.
See, somebody heard me about the pajama party Wednesday night.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It'll be special no matter what, because I'll be able to be with you guys. I'm actually really pumped because I went this whole time thinking it was a Thursday. Oh, thank you so much, Amy. I do appreciate that. I'd like to think so. 40 and flirty. Oh, yeah. Miss Lara, you got card number 31, the card of solitude, alone but never lonely. Introspection is the key now. Take time away from others. The answers are within you. Explore the concepts of self-nurture, self-value, self-truth. Are you treating yourself gently, or are you rough and impatient with yourself? Solitude isn't loneliness. It's an opportunity to pause and allow the entire serene universe to wrap its arms around you. It's when you have the space to be hugged by life. The butterfly kisses the maiden's shoulder, a tender reminder that after a period of darkness, a cocooning of the senses, a glorious winged creature emerges from the chrysalis and is free to explore and delight in herself and others. A new leaf shoots from her thumb. In yoga, the thumb represents fire and universal consciousness. From periods of quiet solitude, fresh inspiration and motivation can emerge. I feel, Lara, like there could be something here, whether you're aware of it right now or not. It could be a subconscious thing that's going to come to the surface in the next week or two, but I feel like you may be more than likely you're aware. So this is something where it's like you're contemplating several options, and each option seems just as good and just as good for you. And it's like no matter which way you go, it's going to be amazing, but you can't quite choose which type of amazing. And I feel like the universe, a very clear message just literally came running through my head that said, go where you can be of the most help, of the most use, where you can be the most useful. So I don't know if that message helps in your decision making. But if you feel like you're about to do something on like a whim, it's actually not. It's something that you're meant to do. And this is the universe giving you a heads up, like take a time out. I'm sure you know best how to meditate. You meditate often. Do it a little extra this week. And I think by the end of the week, you're going to come to the conclusion of which one of these things, of where you can be, where you can better serve and the collective and have your talents, gifts, and abilities be put to use. But don't leave our show Thursday night because we need you. Andrew and Gnomes. Hi. I was just talking about you because I pulled the card I pulled for you last week for Batmom. Who's next?
Batmom.
I just read for Batmom.
Oh, did you? Oh, and you did Pixie, right?
Yes, honey.
Okay. Then Kirby's next.
Be confusing me. Is Kirby still here?
I don't know. Kirby, are you still here?
Kirby's leave. So let's give them a minute.
Okay. And then
Why does
Nutslap,
the
too.
universe always talk in riddles? I'm sorry, Stephen.
You're
Well, here's the thing about that. The universe understands our language, no matter which language we speak, right?
That's a sense of humor.
But and the universe has a sense of humor. But what the universe really understands, and the language it actually speaks that it responds most to, is the language of energy and frequency. Okay, so once you raise in vibration, once you come into a higher frequency, a lot of the messages won't be like that anymore. That's why we're put here really to spiritually expand and to grow and to raise and elevate our frequency so that we can more easily understand the language of the universe. You're very welcome. I'm sorry, who's next after Kirby's?
Nutslap, but I hadn't seen him for a while either.
That is so
Nutslap.
gross. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help it. Well, we'll read for Nutslap either way and give him a timestamp because sometimes his phone gets wonky.
I know.
Nutslap, I'm going to use the Seeker Oracle. Every time I talk about Nutslap in the stream, my mom is in the kitchen doing something.
I was going to say something, but I'm not
saying Nutslap, and she's probably like, "What in the hell is this girl doing?"
Hi, Mom.
Okay, awesome. If we are still going, please come back in. I hope to still be going. I always want to go to 11:30, but like last week I was not feeling well. Like the past few weeks, like I said, I just feel like the older I get, the more this affects me. But also there's just something going around. Nutslap is making dinner.
Yes, so he's listening. That's good.
Okay. Expand your universe. Look up. It is time to be curious and to shift your attention to global and universal issues. Expand your knowledge, expand your mind, monitor global events. I don't recommend this. It causes anxiety, but become an informed observer. Even when it appears that global issues have little importance or bearing on your community, they may have an unseen and unanticipated influence or be part of a global issue that will ultimately affect the inhabitants of the entire planet. You don't have to travel to learn about other countries' politics, geography, and industry. Learning about other cultures promotes understanding and may reveal ties to your community that you did not consider. Explore other countries' politics, industries, trade, languages, social habits, food, music, and art. I don't like when authors of decks do this, okay? We live in a multicultural world, and in looking beyond our borders, we can learn more about the other cultures that dwell within them. Understand that we live in a global community, and issues that affect countries distant from yours, such as political unrest, trade relationships, social injustice, natural disasters, environmental concerns, often have far-reaching effects that can have a direct and indirect impact on your life. Forget this book, okay? What the universe is trying to say with this card is that it wants you to look more closely at what's going on around you. Okay, I'm not talking globally. Okay, and neither is the universe. You know, if you want to become, be kind. Hi, thank you so much. Making an entrance. If you want to, become aware of other cultures and politics and things like that of other countries and other far off places, that's great. But I feel like right now the universe wants you to really focus on yourself and what's going on around you and the collective community, meaning the collective consciousness, us light workers, right? Where are you best suited to help us grow and expand in this community? And I feel like that's what the universe is saying. Like, are you doing anything to raise your frequency, to expand your spiritual awareness? And if the answer is no, then you should really start thinking about how you can do that. How can you be of assistance? And how can you start expanding and broadening your spiritual horizon, so to speak? Be kind. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. You guys are so incredible. You never cease to amaze me.
Yeah. Three Souls is next, but I haven't seen them answer back yet.
I think I just saw them, or was that you calling them?
I might have been. It was probably me calling them.
Okay. So Kirby's 100 and Three Souls Paranormal. If you're here, let us know.
Yes. And we'll go ahead and do Darlene Deb.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Be Kind. That was really nice of you.
Darling Deb, I'm going to use the Moonology Manifestation deck.
And Mike, we're in the middle of the storms. Like everybody from the north of us is getting slammed, and everybody from the south of us is getting slammed. And we're just kind of hanging out in the 60s with a little bit of rain.
You're in the eye.
Yeah. But it's going
in the
straight
eye of a
across.
hurricane, there is silence. From Hamilton. Louisa, hi. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. If anyone has to leave early for any reason, please let us know.
And for a small fee of
Of $0.
Yeah, I'd be
we will gladly help you out with that.
I will work you in kindly.
Nope, nope. All right, come on. Darling.
You gotta watch some of these people in chat. They kind of get sneaky. They kind of making some money on the side, sliding in first. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, shut up.
No, I'm just kidding. They're slipping them fives. They're like, listen, I'll put this on your PayPal. Get me in there.
Yeah.
Steven's like, I got the hookup, yo. Scalping tickets to my show.
Keep the dragon out back, man.
I'll throw in a waffle sandwich.
Yeah.
Darling Deb, last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind, girl. Leave it behind. I think I'm gonna watch Hamilton again later.
Oh my gosh. How many times would that make it?
Probably like 5,000. But you just made me think about it because he's like, in the eye of the hurricane, there is silence.
I'm surprised you didn't make me watch it while I was there.
I didn't think of it. Something is standing between what you want and how you can get it. That's okay. Now you know it's there. You can do something about it. It's just you need to be strategic. It's wonderful to go for things with a childlike, carefree attitude, but drawing this card suggests that you need a proper plan as well. Leave the past behind. You may need to move through and clear a criticism someone has made of you, which has somehow burned itself into your brain. You have a lot of work to do. Deb, this moon has a bright, shining energy, but a reserved pressure is piling on. The great thing about knowing what stands between you and your goal is that you can do something about it. Your manifestation affirmation for this week, say it out loud, the only way out is through. So I feel like it's one of those things where like, you know where you want, you know what you want, but the thought of everything you have to do to get it, or you know where you want to be, but everything you have to do to get there is daunting. Also, did you ever hear the saying, you can tell a woman she's beautiful all day long, but if you tell her once that she's ugly, she'll never forget it? It's something like that. I feel like this is something deeply ingrained, possibly from childhood, of like people telling you either you're not going to succeed, you can't ever be this, that, or the other. And it's like now you haven't been working enough or at all. Nightmare, thank you so much. You haven't been working at all, or you're not working enough with shadow. Okay. And the shadow parts of yourself. That little child, little darling Deb is calling out to you and saying, no, we can't do this. Remember, so-and-so said that we can't. And it's not even your ego coming out with fear. It's this little kid I am seeing like literally hiding under a bed, like, no. And I'm not saying this is an abusive thing. I'm simply saying like, you really need to sit down and address this shadow part of yourself and tell yourself, yes, I can. Yes, I am capable. And just keep saying it and saying it and saying it until you believe it. Call people that you know will support you and have them tell you, I'll do it. I believe in you. You are 100,000,000% capable. I know for a fact of getting to where you want to be and getting everything that you want in life. I am damn sure of it. But it's up to you to actually start taking the steps to get there. And I feel like the inner child who was, I don't know what happened to you when you were little, possibly something around when you were like 5 or 6, 9 or 10, I'm seeing. You were traumatized. And I feel like this trauma is coming back and preventing you from getting to point A to point C. It's like you're afraid of point B. Does that make sense? Crowley, hi. Hello, beautiful soul. Yes, and Edna, believe in yourself, darling Deb.
Okay, we're going to do Richard. Richard, you still here? I believe you are. You're next.
He's still here.
And
Richard, we're going to use Dell and Wait. Am I looking at the right thing though? If there's more than one, then address them all. You'll know. You'll know because it'll resonate. Everything I just said will resonate regarding a certain situation or a certain thing. And if it's more than one popping into your head right now, resonating with that card, then you have to deal with all of them. And you don't have to do it. The universe isn't saying, hurry up and get on this. This opportunity is going to pass. The universe is saying, when the opportunity comes, you need to be prepared and have a plan. And you cannot do that if you're not acting out of fear, or if you're just simply giving up before you even get started. All right, Richard.
Whoops, the wrong one. Here.
Oh, thank you. I really like these ones too. They're a Halloween set. I still have a Valentine's set I haven't worn that I may wear next.
And be kind. That's perfectly said. Make a plan, work the plan. And things never go as planned, but you always want to make sure that you kind of set yourself a little guideline course, a little backup plan. It's all.
Be kind. You're absolutely right. Make a plan, work the plan. And Darling Deb said, thank you, Gemma. I needed that. You are very, very welcome. And don't think I forgot about your email, but with RJ getting sick, and it's amazing the amount of clients I've been taking on, but it is at times overwhelming. Be kind. Exactly. Make a plan, work the plan, then change the plan. Change the plan accordingly. Only you know deep down. And here's the thing, and Richard, just give me 1 minute. Deb, here's the thing. If something is no longer resonating, if you even have an inkling, okay, that there's something wrong with what you're doing or you're not taking the right next step, change course. You don't need validation and confirmation for every step that you take, like these big burning bush type events. But that still small voice inside of you will guide you if you're willing to pay attention and listen to it.
Always said your gut is your guardian angel sometimes.
That's a great quote. Richard, you got The Little Mermaid. Whew. I loved him so much. He was so handsome. I saved him from drowning, but he was a human prince and I was a mermaid living under the water. Such an impossible love. So I went to the sea witch and made a dangerous bargain with her. I gained human, though hurtful legs. Alas, the prince chose another woman. My heart broke, for I sacrificed and endured so much for this man. In despair, I chose death and went to heaven at last. Something is not very healthy or very fair in here. It seems that you're the one making all of the effort. You're swimming in troubled waters. Beware dishonest bargains. You have high hopes and a pure heart, but a love that leads you to hurt and sacrifice yourself is not true. That same applies for any kind of relationship or circumstance. Save yourself from this dead-end story and go find the brighter seas elsewhere. So, yeah, this is a pretty straightforward message. Richard, there is something in your life that is no longer working for you. And excuse me, it hasn't been working for you for a really long time. And I feel like you've been finding all these different ways to try to make it work, to try to, be better, do better, feel better, to try to cater to the other person, whether this is in love or, any relationship that you may be in. The universe is saying, like, stop. Put all of that effort that you're putting into this other person and or situation into yourself. Because I'll tell you right now, this other person is out for themselves. And that's it. They're out for themselves. They have no intention, regardless of what they're telling you, okay? They have zero intention of changing, of giving you an inch of appreciating anything that you've done. They're looking at it. This is a very narcissistic human being you're dealing with here, okay? And if you don't know who or what this is, that sucks, because that means it hasn't even happened yet. I hope that you're at least going through it so your eyes are now open. This relationship has taken and cost too much. It's time to really move on and understand this person is not the one for you, or this situation, this partnership, this job, whatever this is. There is a narcissistic, egotistical, possibly borderline, I'm not a doctor, human being that is just taking and taking and saying, yeah, next month I'll be ready, you know, to hold up my end, you know. No, like get out of this before you literally lose everything, including pieces and parts of your soul. I'm sorry, guys, my hair is really annoying me. All right. I think you look amazing with the beard, Crowley.
Ready? Jewels. Jewels. Jewels, jewels, jewels. All the lovely jewels in the sand.
Jules, I'm going to use the Mythical Creatures. Just went through it. Okay, if you've already escaped, and I really, excuse me, want to use that word in the literal sense, don't go back. Do not be lured back, okay? Excuse me. Jules, you got the Chupacabra.
Hey, New England.
Hey, Netter. What's up, yo? Thank you for popping in to say hi and leave a like. If you want to get back on video chat, hit me up. And Edna, right? Jules, worry, distrust, uncertainty, anxiety, panic, hesitation, perceived threats, scapegoating, paranoia, prejudice, xenophobia, fear of future shyness. The Chupacabras is a reflection of anxieties in the modern world and uncertainties about the future. It embodies panic in the face of change. It is spawned from extreme stress. In such cases, an individual may create a monster in their mind and project it out onto the world around them. Although imaginary, yeah, right, this is actually a real cryptid or creature. This monster acts like a vampire, slowly draining the person's spirit. And this is why I told you by the time we talk tomorrow, try to have that black sage burned and have your house and energy and self cleansed. And we do have something to talk about because I was communicating with your guides during my open. It may take the place of another person or group of people. It may stand for an upcoming event that one does not want to face, or it may come in the form of pessimistic scenarios that haunt the person's mind. The actual source of fear is usually not as dangerous as the monster appears. Nonetheless, the negative emotions that result from the Chupacabra stand in the way of constructive action. You got it in the upright. The Chupacabra is present during cases of scapegoating. It arrives when someone is distrustful of somebody else who is unknown, foreign, or different. That's not what scapegoating is, though. And you, like most of us in here, have always been the scapegoats, right? I mean, not me. I was the hero child, but I know most light workers always end up being the scapegoat, but even from, you know, small kids right on up. This distrust may be a projection of a different anxiety, but it results in the other person being made into an enemy. One's choice of a scapegoat may be based on a previous encounter or years of hearing nothing but negative stereotypes, but it usually is not a conscious decision. It can happen when one makes a mistake and fears looking inward and taking accountability for it. Often the accused is actually innocent of wrongdoing or more innocent than what the subject thinks. The one who fears the Chupacabra has become paranoid and closed-minded. They are pointing their finger at someone else who may not actually be at fault. In many cases, it is the accuser who is guilty, usually for being blind to their own actions and for being wrongly judgmental. If you ever start worrying uncontrollably, then the Chupacabra has gotten a hold of you. Being a bloodsucker, it will drain you until your fear has paralyzed you so that you will never move forward. Worse yet, other people nearby might not necessarily see it. It may look completely different to them or be invisible altogether, causing them to wonder why you are so uneasy in the first place. The Chupacabra is a fear that is difficult to reason through. This is because it is no longer just the original source of anxiety, but a fearsome thought form that has taken on an existence of its own in your mind. The monster is a fear blown out of proportion. The real problem is not as daunting. You must realize this before you can even begin to confront the source of your anxiety. Now, I know you have many different sources of anxiety, Jules, but this is speaking about one specific person. I say that confidently, in particular. This is a person who you are fearful for whatever reason of standing up to. And we're not just talking about people pleasing. My mentor said something to me the other day that really resonated that I wanted to sneak in this stream and somehow share with you guys. And I think now's the time. He said, I love that you're a people pleaser. He said, up to a certain degree, that's amazing because that is the divine feminine, the nurturer, wanting to care for, wanting to give all, wanting to make sure everyone's cared for and happy and comfortable and content. But it's only okay to a certain point, and you can't do it to your own detriment. And you are, and you are, and you know who this is about. It's time to conquer that fear of maybe it's of that the person will reject you if you tell them, hey, you're not treating me right, you need to get out of my house. Just as an example, say you have someone living with you that's an alcoholic, abusive in some way, violent, and they're living with you, and you don't want to, they're treating you like this, and you don't want to tell them to leave because you just don't want to deal with the confrontation or the conflict. The universe is saying you will not be able to move forward in anything you're attempting as far as light working and moving forward in your life. Also, with unblocking the fears, removing attachments until this person has been put in their place and moved on from your life. And only you personally have the power to do that. Nobody else can do it for you, unless if that were the case. For example, the example I gave, you could call the authorities when the person's drunk and violent, but it's still you that has to take that step. Russell Gill, let us know if you're still here and if you would like a card.
Yes. Well, Diesel Girl is next. And then I'm just waiting to see if Michigan, I'm sure he had to leave.
Michigan usually doesn't hang out
too long. Yeah.
Too long. He comes in to say hi.
And then Russell, like she said, if you're still here, Rachel Rodriguez, I would like you to pop in and say hi too if you still want to read it.
It's an extremely hard step. And I was just giving that as an example, but if it's the case, no more Dead Balls Accurate on that topic. You are, by the way, Dead Balls Accurate. Hell yeah, I am. Because I know who I'm getting the information from. And you and I are going to have a nice and comfortable, loving, non-confrontational, kind chat about this person tomorrow. Because your team actually went out of their way to contact me about the situation during my open. That doesn't happen, like, ever. It's happened maybe twice in the almost 3 years I've been doing this. So that means it's important. And whatever this is, this situation with this person is coming to fever pitch. And now there's danger. Okay. There is danger afoot.
There's a lot of us dragons around. You can.
Luckily, I don't live anywhere near you. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Yes, supportive and kind and help you. You have been so incredibly patient and just angelic with everything I've been dealing with and having to constantly reschedule. Tracy too, and I appreciate it. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, you and I, girl, for a whole hour, hopefully up to an hour and a half, we can get some more work done because we still have like 2 or 3 weeks left. I did the first attachment removal. You probably didn't feel that one because you need like 5. You've got a lot, baby. Yes, Miss Louisa, you're becoming up, babe. Who did I just pull this for? Diesel Girl.
Yes.
Card number 23, my favorite number. Beauty and the Beast. At first, I was scared and sad when I saw myself locked away in the castle of this ugly and frightful beast. But then I learned to open my heart. I taught my eyes to see beyond appearances. I discovered hidden beauty behind the beastly face. Therefore, I realized that a beast can be kind and gentle, and that true love can sometimes be born in the strangest of places. Do not trust what your eyes see. Trust what your heart feels. Don't do that either. I'll explain. Appearances can be deceiving. Maybe at first things will seem dark and unpleasant. Give them a second thought and don't make up your mind too hastily. Learn to open your heart. There is a great amount of beauty and love involved here, but they may be hidden from your sight for the moment. So close your eyes and trust your heart. You will discover wonders and treasures. I never, and neither does the universe. Yeah, where's Smoochie? She ditched us. Did she just come?
Yeah, she's right there.
I did miss you. I said it before. I'm like, where's she at, y'all? I remember that, Anna. The heart is the biggest deceiver. So the universe never gives that advice. This was written by a human, and that's why. But I will tell you what the message is, and that's follow your instinct, okay? Follow your inner knowing, your intuition, okay? There is something and or someone who is not at all what it appears. And I feel like you're looking at a person and I'm sorry, I don't know which, a situation as though this person is, negative or manipulative. I see, like you think that this person is only approaching you to try to get something. I'm not saying they're not, but the universe is saying, is that what your gut is really telling you? Because your gut is actually your guides, right? You're being guided through instinct and intuition. This could be about a soulmate connection that you don't realize is coming in. Now, if you're already in a relationship and not looking for love, it doesn't have to be a love soulmate. There is some kind of connection here, though, that you're going to make in the next week or two that's going to look like one thing. And if you immediately walk away and cut the person off, maybe it's a person who like makes a bad first impression. They crack a stupid joke that offends you, you know. If you don't give them another chance, you're going to lose out greatly on an amazing opportunity and or relationship / situation. So don't make any major mega decisions. Don't cut anyone off. Accept all new offers of friendship into your life and wait like a week or two and see where everything goes. Crowley, thank you so much for that. I definitely appreciate it. Did Blue Crossroads leave? I hope I didn't upset him.
I don't know. I haven't seen him talk for a while. He might have taken the dogs out or something too.
Yeah, Smoochy, for real. You're very welcome, Diesel Girl. Who's next? Thank you, Crowley.
Amy, but I'm just waiting to see because everybody else is gone. I know. So Amy's next. If Amy doesn't answer, go ahead and do Mike Roberts.
I think Amy's here, though.
Yeah, I thought I saw her talking. I just was waiting, giving her time. Oh, no, he's here. No, I'm here. I'm on the phone.
Oh, okay.
What you doing, man? You're supposed to be right here listening to us, not on the phone.
Listen, I don't play when it comes to my gemstones. You know, my stepmother always used to say that. She'd be like, physical abuse heals, emotional abuse will last a lifetime. I didn't realize as a 9-year-old kid that she was abusing me. But it's true. A black eye will heal. But look at the scars that we all carry. All of us. Lightworkers are the most mistreated people on the planet. We're not even recognized for what we are, and we're not allowed to talk about our gifts. Yet we're expected to help everyone around us while silently being gifted, so that we're not judged.
Amy is here, so.
I am the paranormal pinup girl. That's the nickname they gave me on Spaced Out Radio. Okay. And Jules, that's exactly it. It's that hero child. It's that early conditioning. But the universe, like literally to come out of the way and contact me about that, I wasn't going to bring it up in stream. That means danger. Okay. Amy. I'm not sure I could trust half the women in here with lawn darts or any type of darts. That mom, exactly. Girl, you are so right on. It's always the abuser and the accuser who is usually the one that's doing the deed. I'm not saying if you have a suspicion that, like, say, your husband or wife is cheating on you, but you have no factual proof, but you just kind of know, that's different. And going to them and saying, listen, I've done this, I don't know how many times in the past 3 or 4 years. Like, listen, because of A, B, and C, how you've changed, I feel like maybe you're not interested in me anymore. And, that's different than saying, I know you're effing cheating on me because someone, worked late when obviously they were working. And like I said, a liar will cop to it. I'll say it again. If you say to somebody, like if I say, Steven, why did you tell me that you weren't going to that party last night? I knew you were there. And you're like, no, Gems, I wasn't there. I swear. Right. And I'm like, dude, I have a picture of you at Crowley's party. And
wasn't me, it was my twin.
A liar will say, you know what? You're right. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to tell you because Crowley didn't invite you and I didn't want to hurt your feelings. And then you make it right if you want to, or you say, I can't deal with it. A narcissist will say, you need to work on your mental health issues because now you're going around taking pictures of me to prove where I was. And then as a human being, you're like, no, I'm not mentally ill. So then it becomes about you having a problem and not about the fact that you were lied to in the first place. That's the difference between a liar and a narcissist. And Jules, you can, and you should. That's being kind and compassionate. That's being the beautiful soul that you are. But to your own detriment is not acceptable. Who is this? I'm so sorry. Amy.
And Amy.
Card number 41 in the shadow position. Forgot who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. But this is the shadow. It's card number 41. What do you call yourself? The fawn said at last. Such a soft and sweet voice it had. I wish I knew, thought poor Alice. She answered rather sadly. Nothing just now. Think again, it said. That won't do. Alice thought, but nothing came of it. Please, would you tell me what you call yourself? She said timidly. I think that might help a little. I'll tell you if you'll come a little further on, the fawn said. I can't remember here. So they walked on together through the wood, Alice with her arms clasped lovingly round the soft neck of the fawn, till they came out into another open field. You are amidst a new experience, one in which you have no idea of who you are anymore. Paradoxically, this apparent loss of self is a beautiful gift. The loss of memory of the self, the absence of the conditioning that defines us, mean we can approach new people and situations with an innocence and freshness. This is an opportunity to connect with people from the heart. So it is with Alice when she enters a looking glass forest with magical powers. All who enter forget who they are. Thus, not knowing he ought to be frightened of a human, a fawn approaches her. She responds with an incredible fondness for the fawn, and they meet in simple affection, connection, and friendship. When we forget what we have been taught to fear or hate, it brings the opportunity for a whole series of beautiful relationships to blossom. This is the situation you find yourself in currently. Forget what you tell yourself you are. Forget what others have said you ought to be. Forget the enmity, the avoidance, the fear we live with far too often. Forget who you have been taught to be. Instead, reawaken the innocence of the soul. Unknow thyself. Accept the mystery that is you. Within that open space, within the forest, where we are all returned to our ancient, most natural self, we can all be one again. You are discovering what can happen when you rely less on conditioning, memory, and civilization, and more on heart, receptivity, and nature. New friendships, connections, gentleness, and joy will be yours. But in the shadow position, you're believing everything you have been told you are, defining yourself through labels, cultural programming, rules, and laws, missing out on beautiful heart-opening opportunities to connect you to conformity and rigid beliefs. Okay. Amy, I feel like there's an opportunity for love in your life. If you're already taken, then it's to renew the love that you have with this person. There is definitely love in a romantic way coming in for you. The fact of the matter is, though, you may be conditioned to think you don't deserve it, or be conditioned to think that, this person is out of your league, or to be suspicious of why this person is attracted to you. I remember I used to cry to my father and be like, I don't understand why Ray wants to be with someone like me. I'm such a piece of garbage. And, that's what I was conditioned to feel about myself, especially in my addiction. It's something like that. It's like this amazing, beautiful love is coming in or being rekindled, and you're not opening your heart to it. It's like, it's so weird. It's like, what if this person comes up and asks you out on a date? You decline the date because you think that it's like a Carrie movie situation where they're going to use you for sex or make fun of you or something. And the universe is saying they're not. They're genuinely interested in the beauty of your soul and who you are. Let me know what color you're painting the walls to your new house. Let me know what your neighbors are like once you move in. Who's next?
Mike Roberts. He hasn't answered back, but
I saw him in there, though.
Yeah, I'm going to time stamp it for him just in case.
Yeah, he is in there, but I think something's happening with like the weather, like it rained on his phone.
Oh, they're getting freezing rain big time right now. Big time.
Jules, I'm protective of you guys, and I know those feelings. So I know what it's like to grow out of them, but also still deal with them. Like grow out of them in one way where I know my worth and I know what I deserve, but also still at the same time be accepting of the same behaviors and the way I was being treated when I didn't. Because if I could change, anyone can. Do you know what I mean? It's so weird. You grow out of it and you know your worth and you know you deserve so much better and you know you can do so much better. But you're like, no, I can't leave this person behind. Look at all we've been through together. He's going to change. You know, it's that type of thing. Amy says, wow, thank you. That made a lot of sense. You are so welcome. Anson, hi. Let me know if you want a reading. That is my Aunt Cindy.
Hi, Sin.
Crowley, I think you got decorating your new house covered. Okay. Your question is kind of loaded and I can only type so much. Fair, right, darling Deb? Fair. I wouldn't wish hell on anyone, but I do believe that's exactly where he is. No, thank you. I'm good. And, you know, we make our own hell. Hell is very personal. It's not the fire and brimstone, unless that's what we make it. My Aunt Cindy, my namesake, birthday is on Saturday or Friday, the 25th, whatever the 25th is. Okay, Mars in Libra, the card of choice, Michael. I think that's Mars. I think I'm getting these right. That's Moon, and then it goes to Mercury, Venus, Mars. Yes, I got it right. The suit of action, the card of choice, Mars in Libra. Yes, darling Deb, because hell is like, Mike, give me a minute. So hell, in my experience and opinion and knowing what I do, and your experience may be totally different and your beliefs may be different, and that's okay. I still love you. Hell is like when you're fragmented. So it's only a part of you that actually goes, unless you have something in control of your soul, which some people do die that way or die in the vicinity of a soul sucker. Which is very rare. So it's only a part of them. And you have to remember, being the bad guy, being the abusive piece of crap, being whoever he or she is in this life is only who they are in this life. That doesn't mean their whole soul is punished for this one lifetime where they were probably contracted to be that way, right? So how can you be punished for something that you're contracted to? But a lot of times people like that do end up fractured and fragmented, and therefore their next incarnation is not going to be so great, which is kind of what karma is, in a way, in a sense, because they're missing this whole part of themselves that's left behind, probably demonically haunting somebody. Mike, Libra is the opposite sign to Aries, the natural sign of Mars. And so this planet sign combination always brings with it strong mood swings. People with this aspect focus a great deal of energy into cooperative and partnership work. They appreciate the company of energetic people and throw themselves into group projects with enthusiasm. They play by the rules and expect the same from others. The competitive nature of Mars combined with the diplomatic qualities of Libra means that the people this card describes probably enjoy a good argument to release pressure. Though they like, though they like partnerships, Mars Librans do, however, unconsciously see themselves as the boss on a competitive level. Let me try that again. Though they like partnerships, Mars Librans do, however, unconsciously see themselves as the boss on a competitive level. They tend, in fact, to pick themselves sparring partners. As long as their chosen one knows the rules of the game, all is well, but if they do not, the ride may be a stormy one. As with all matters of the balance, once the scales are tipped, there will undoubtedly be a great deal of swinging back and forth in every activity these personality types embark on. Many Mars Libra actions are taken on impulse where they concern others, and people with this planet sign aspect must be prepared to make a few grand mistakes. Tact and diplomacy may come a little harder with the red planet in this sign, but are more than likely to succeed in the end. When this card appears, it always indicates a difficult choice needs to be made. Events, a deliberate change of direction, a business merger, choosing between two partners, or diverse business options. So, Michael, this doesn't mean you're a Mars Libran. You very well could be. And I'm sorry, I need to put this on my lips. But this is the energy that's coming in for you this week and in the next week or two, right? So, making that choice of should I stay or should I go? should I choose option A or option B? It's like what I just heard very clearly in my head is no more fight left in me. It's kind of like you're picking up more of the Libra side aspect of this planet sign combination than the Mars. Okay, Mars is ready for a fight. They're ready to be the gladiator. You're in the Libra energy of please no, like I can't deal with anymore. And this is probably why your energy has been so up and down, even more so than it's always been in the past few weeks, because this energy was coming in. Mike, it's time to make a decision for once and for all. And it's a really hard decision and a major one. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't make the decision in the next week or two, the universe is going to make it for you. It's going to be much harder for you to get through it, because the universe is going to say, oh, Mike Roberts didn't learn his lesson. He was unable to make the decision. If he had learned his lessons, the decision would have been made easily or not. So now we're going to come in and teach him even more lessons to make sure he really gets it this time. Within the next week or two, whatever this is, choose, and choose for once and for all. Do not choose just to make a choice and then regret it later. Put some thought into it. Refuse to argue. Okay, don't take the bait. There is someone here that I see that's very dominant and feels like they have the right to be dominant towards and or over you. The fact of the matter is they don't. Nobody does. Don't be sucked in like you're becoming this beautiful new person, this vibrant soul, this spiritually aligned human being, and getting, you know, as baby steps as you're taking, as slow going as this may be and or seem for you, Mike, you're still doing it. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. It doesn't matter. It's not even a race to get there. But this person doesn't want to see that. So they're going to try to get you to be the Mike that turns around and fights back, that screams, that calls names. You know why? What were we just talking about with the difference between a narcissist and the liar? That way it can become about you. So I'll give an example. I was in a relationship where the person would constantly tell me they were going to do one thing and then never do it. And when I'd come to them crying, they would mock my tears, and I would get so mad. I would call them, you know, a piece of S word. And one time I threw a toaster on the floor. I got so angry. And then it became about how I verbally abuse them, and not about the fact that for years they had been, I'm gonna, and never, not even once, producing anything they said they were going to do. They acted like I did not have the right to confront them about it, even though I did so lovingly. And they ended up winning, because I ended up reacting and responding in a way that I didn't want to be anymore. They turned me back into that person that I was trying so hard to grow out of. Nut slap, it was the closest thing to me that wasn't nailed down. So Mike, don't let them, I always call it pulling you out of yourself. Remain calm, remain dignified, offer grace, and walk away. Walk into the horizon. Ride your horse into the horizon, into the sunset, and be beautifully and wonderfully you. You can do it. I believe in you. You're an amazing human being. You have no idea what your worth is. And that's what I'm trying to work with you for. Like I want you, all of you, to know your worth and to know how beautiful and amazing you are, and that you can do anything you want and you can have anything you want as long as you believe that you can.
That's right. And Andrew's next. You go, sister.
Sorry.
Keep talking. You're just on a roll tonight.
Preach. No, I really mean it though. Hi, Heather. Andrew, I'm going to use the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle. Butt stuff. Not on this channel. No butt stuff on this channel. I used to hate that. And you win the trophy of the night for best comment. Been there, divorce that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're amazing. My grandma, Pat, always used to say, they called me Minnie, and she'd be like, Minnie, I'm like 7. She'd be like, how do you spell relief? You know, like the Rolaids commercial. I'd be like, I don't know, Grandma. And she'd be like, DIVORCE. Remember that. And I always did. I remembered. Divorce, not Rolaids. No butt stuff, guys. Seriously. There it is.
Yeah, it was a great comment. I ain't gonna comment on that because I pretty much did the same thing.
The Kushi, the card of focus, and I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. Crowley, you're slacking, bro. But, that's a personal choice. You are not going to be very successful, though, at moving forward completely on a spiritual level in your new life until you make that final decision on that situation. And again, that's not me. But if it were me, I'd be giving you the same advice. Just do it. You know what's right for you. And I should give myself the same advice. You give me that advice. I know. But hearing it from someone else sometimes can open your eyes and really open your heart to making a decision that's really hard to make, like something like that. It's not an easy thing. Andrew, it's spelled C-U. Oh, maybe Amy can help me pronounce this. It's definitely Irish, but I know not all Irish people speak Gaelic, but I feel dumb now. Oh, like, oh, you're from Ireland? Obviously, you can read this. I believe it's pronounced Kushi, but I could be wrong. I'm only half Irish, by the way. Wise words from Nike. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to go with Kushi. Because I know it's not Sith. I know that. Everyone craves a level of safety, yet this level is different for all. Be aware of the risks in a current situation before making your decision. Listen to warnings if you are given them right now, and watch and act on red flags. If you were walking the wilds of the Scottish Highlands, you might recognize, depending on where you go, that it is risky. The weather could turn for the worse, for example, and you could be pelted with hail or sleet, or you could freeze. Do you guys know Siberian tigers are the only animal in the world that will hunt you down out of revenge only? I learned that.
Also, actually, polar bears will hunt you just for fun.
No, I'm talking about for revenge.
Oh, polar bears will do that too. They will actually surround people. I
learned yesterday that only Siberian tigers. But I learned it from Mr. Bolin, so it could be wrong. But perhaps you could hurt yourself climbing the cold stones, or a rock might fall on you from above. Maybe you could simply slip on the dew and slide into a bog hole. Further, there are other dangers that could befall you, like being killed by the Kushi. I got it right. Pronounced Cooshee. Yes. The Kushi, or the green zog of the Highlands, was a strange and formidable creature that concerned many people of the area. It had a shaggy green coat and a plaited tail, and roamed the moors and sharp cliffs looking for victims. It was bigger than the largest living hounds. Louisa, you're next. In that it was the size of a cow or a bull, and in fact, from a distance may have been mistaken for cattle by unfortunates who soon found out what the reality of the situation was. You would think that an animal like this would want to hunt quietly. After all, it could stand out, and sometimes it did. Yet the most famous part of the myth here is the sound of the Kushi. It would let out a piercing, blood-curdling sound halfway between a bark and a howl. If you heard this sound, it was said that you had only until it barked a third time to seek cover and safety. Otherwise, it was your end. You were literally too terrified to live, and your heart would burst in fear. The Kushi was considered to be a fairy dog, and as such, not something you would go out and hunt, lest revenge be taken. Plant companion bog myrtle, and crystal companion green agate. I don't have any green agate handy. I had some blue lace agate, but I sent it to somebody. Guys, I'm sorry about the nose blowing, but I can't help it. Yeah, and I feel like I could write a life story book too. It's probably coming. The Saga of the Kelly Tribe. Okay, that's what my grandma Pat always told me. If I wrote a book about my life, that's what I had to call it. So, okay. Andrew, this is, excuse me, a warning of danger. Okay, not danger like, physical danger, like somebody's going to come and harm you or burgle or kidnap you. It's a dangerous situation you could end up getting yourself into. Falling victim to a manipulative woman, for instance, or getting involved in investing in a fake business and losing your life savings, something like that. There is an offer and or opportunity coming in the next week or two, or maybe in the past, like this week or last week it came in. Yeah, Crowley, do that. that looks really good, but I feel like there's something about this that is making you feel uncomfortable. But it's like it sounds so good, like you don't want to believe it, that you don't want to believe or follow your gut instinct. The universe is saying, sorry about your luck, but you like to get oracle readings, so here it is. Now you can't say you didn't know. This is a bad decision. Do not go on any dates with new people. Do not invest in any, new businesses or companies. Don't get involved in, like, treat it like a Mercury retrograde. Okay, no signing important papers, no making large purchases for the next week or two. Okay, until at least the second week of March, when this energy clears up, because you are in danger of making a very bad decision that deep down, you shouldn't, but it just sounds so good. You want to believe it. Amy, I've always been drawn to Ireland, like my entire life. I don't know why. I've never been there. I am half Irish. So guys, I told Steven I was having this issue with someone in my life who is very supportive of me outwardly. And I think a lot of it is for show, right? To make themselves look like they're being supportive, like a normal family member would do. But it's like, I have a favorite color, and then this person's like, oh, that's always been my favorite color. And I'm like, I'm obsessed with, crystals, right? This person's like, oh, so am I. And they go out and like spend $1,000 so they make sure they have more crystals than I do. It's driving me insane. Like, they say that, what is it? Imitation is the best form of flattery. Don't. Like, I'm so angry. I swear this person's going to grow their hair long and dye it black. I'm frustrated with the situation. I really am. And I'm like, what is going to come next from this person?
God,
I'll keep you guys posted. You know
God
what I'm saying? Like, get your own personality.
I just beat up my brother today and walked away. Quit imitating me, man. Walk away.
Crowley goes, I should return my Gemma Jade wig. I don't know. I might like to see you with that, as long as you're wearing the beard and the male person uniform. Who's next?
Okay. Louisa.
Blue Crossroads said, sorry, I was on the phone with my other Cindy, childhood friend and bass player. What did I miss?
Everything, man. You missed the world.
Awesomeness. A bunch of awesomeness, dude. You missed it all. You're gonna regret it. Are you getting back into music? Are you getting back into rocking out?
I don't think you ever really stopped. Did you?
No, but I mean, like traveling to New Jersey to meet friends. I'm coming to Tennessee. Tennessee, after Ohio, Tennessee is probably the first stop that I'm making, because I can hang out with Blue Crossroads for a week or two and then go hang out with Lotus Girl. I'm doing it, and I hope to be able to do it this summer. I think I'm going to be able to.
Actually, my brother just moved down on the Tennessee-Georgia border. So
who, Kevin?
No, Tim, my oldest brother.
I was like, why do you know?
We don't even know where Kevin's at.
Well,
you got to remember.
Last time you saw him, you beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, well, I have two older brothers too.
Ghostdragonzw, actually, like, guys, I'm not laughing because it's funny, because I never condone violence, and I need to say that. But his brother was messing with his dad, and Ghostdragon tore him up, bro. Like, he's like, oh, I'm going to jail now. I just got to post $400. Like, not only him, but his son. And I was proud of him, because even though I don't agree with violence, I know Ghostdragon doesn't either. And I knew that if he was pushed to that point, it had to have been something serious. So I was very proud of him, because I throw down for Pop too.
I only fight when I have to.
Lotus Girl, it's going to get better, honey. We've got a couple more weeks, and at least you have that base plan for your future, right? You know where you're going, even if you haven't figured it all out yet. And that's really important. I'm really proud of you for that. Blue Crossroads says, we are in talks. We did put everything on hold for Shauna, and as you should have, but I wouldn't say this is a concern of mine, but just, as a friend, I would tell you, be mindful that you don't put your whole life on hold for like too long. You know what I mean? Like, make sure that you get out there and live life, because you know that obviously Shauna wants you to do that. I kept that picture of her with the horse. I didn't post it or anything, but I kept it for me because it was just such a gorgeous picture of her. Wow, Louisa, death shall not take him. Card number 3.
There you go. Did you see that? You gotta invite.
Amy, and I'm going to take you up on that too, because I plan on becoming comfortable enough financially that my mother never has to pay a single bill for the rest of her life, and that like I never have to want for anything, but that I can do it myself. And one of the things I plan on doing is traveling. I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to come to your new apartment. As a matter of fact, I want to see pictures once you get it. You already got it. It's just a matter of moving in.
There you go. One more before you read this, because they're almost done actually.
I'll pay travel expense if you convince her to come to Monster Fest. What's Monster Fest?
It's like cryptids and the whole works. It's pretty cool actually.
There was some kind of cryptid thing going on in October of last year where someone, a friend of mine, premiered a coloring book he made where he did a page of me, and I never got to see it.
Yeah, it's right here in Ohio.
The person that mimics me is narcissist with borderline personality. So that's why I kind of don't say anything. Yes. And you guys are all coming to my retreats. I'm going to give anyone who wants one jobs. I don't know Shannon that well. I deal with Jeff, but I know she's a good person. She's nice. But yes, my retreat. And don't forget, before I read for Louisa, the summertime cabins in the Barrens, so we can do the seance, the spirit call, and the Jersey Devil hunt. One cabin for the guys, one for the girls. And don't forget PayPal and Cash App donations, always appreciated. Super stickers, super chats. Thank you to everyone who donates. Remember, this is how I make a living. Okay. Louisa, death shall not take him. You are going to witness the impossible made possible. Whatever you think is lost is not. Whatever you think cannot be shall be. The universe is going to intervene, and what seems to be over shall be in a new way, living again. Sometimes just when you think it's all over, the 11th hour comes. You can practically hear the opening chords of your swan song. And when you have finally given up, suddenly, somehow, right before your eyes, everything changes just like that. You were free falling, and then suddenly, now you're soaring. Fate steps in, destinies are altered, and life demonstrates its creative, restorative power, even if all seemed lost. The oracle of death shall not take him is a sign. No matter how defeated you may feel, no matter how many dead ends you've encountered, no matter how many setbacks, how many failures, no matter how impossible success may seem, the universe is going to step in and right things in your favor, and soon. You will succeed. Louisa, even through apparently impossible odds, the heroic spirit within you is going to get its way. So if you really must, doubt just for one moment longer, then replace doubt with trust and participate in the defiance of life refusing to be crushed. The universe wants to dazzle you with an unexpected triumph. Why not just relax and bear witness to its impressive display of life-giving power with reverence and delight? Yes, Amy says traveling and meeting people, having new experiences is what our souls crave. I'd love to have you over. I'm coming. Hopefully it'll be this summer. If not, fall time. I'm there. I will do live oracle from your house. How about that? I'm so proud of you for getting the apartment. And if the slight chance that happens to not be the case, just know that that's because something better is in place for you. But you got this. Yeah, of course, Crowley. If you already have a link, you can post it, of course. Okay, Louisa, this is an amazing card. Okay, there is something in your life that you have all but given up on, dead, done, over with, stuck, still, stagnant. Normally, the universe tells us to step away from this energy and into our power. But guess what? This energy is about to be completely altered. It's going to come as a shock, a surprise. Like, for instance, you applied for this incredible job with all of these benefits, making all of this money, and you were turned down. So you're like defeated. You're like, now what do? I have to rely on this crappy job, but at least it's money. You want to try to remain grateful. And then all of a sudden they call you and tell you they made a mistake. You were actually the one they chose for this impossibly amazing position, something like that. So what I want you to do, Louisa, what the universe wants you to do is what we're having Amy do. Tell yourself that what and or whoever this is coming back in, is going to, I don't want to say be restarted, but just if it's a relationship that you think all is over, this person's going to make this grand sweep back into your life and sweep you off your feet. And I'm not talking about toxic relationships. We don't want to accept narcissists and toxic people back into our life. I don't feel like this is love, though. I feel like this is something to do with your career, with your finances. Maybe, you know, you're completely broke and you hit $10,000 in the lottery. Tell yourself that whatever this is, it's going to work out for the best. And start telling yourself right now, acting excited, fake it till you make it. People say that's inauthentic. I say that's just being positive, okay? Fake it till you make it. Act as if this has already happened. And if you don't know what that card is about, think about it, because it's going to come to you. It's definitely like all going on now. It's not like coming in energy where like it's going to start and then seem to fail. And like, no, it's already dead, done, and over with. Okay.
Okay. I know Be Kind's not answering. She usually been passing on them. So we're going to go ahead and do Crowley since you're talking to him.
All right. Miss Be Kind, if you're listening and want a reading, just let us know. I'm sorry about the nose blowing, guys. I really am. This nostril is so bad. And I left my Flonase upstairs. I'm going to hate myself when I rewatch this. Okay. Crowley. Mythical Creatures.
First one that correctly, how many times Gemma blows her nose, I'll give you
No.
something like
Guys, don't forget, if any of you want an autographed copy of my book, let me know. I have a ton of the second book left over from the signing. Louisa's miscellaneous video says, I'm kind of confused as there's not much I can do right now with taking care of my mom. And that's what you think right now. And the universe is going to show you different. The universe is going to bring an incredible opportunity into your life that you are going to be able to succeed in. You just don't think so now. That was the point of the card. You don't realize the drastic and amazing changes that are coming in for you in the next few weeks. Okay, Crowley. Trust me, it'll happen. Trust me. I've never been wrong. Not once have I ever. I had someone one time tell me that I was wrong and then 2 weeks later come in and apologize because it just took a little longer. You know, I say, a week or two, but the universe doesn't always follow that rule, although usually it does. For now, Louisa, for now. Okay, Crowley, you got the Eastern Dragon in the Shadow Inverted Reversed position. Food dogs. That's interesting. I wonder what that's about. The food dogs, yin and yang. Eastern Dragon. Wealth, power, prestige, strength, prosperity, success, achievement, legendary status, charisma, ambition, perfectionism, leadership, longevity, and gain. Good night, Amy. The Eastern Dragon. Oh, Amy, if you have time tomorrow between 8 and 10, our time, Eastern time here, just come in and let us know how awesome the apartment is.
Yes.
Crowley. The Eastern Dragon is the archetypal embodiment of prosperity and power. As such, it is one of the most fortuitous cards in the deck to draw. The godly creature, a symbol of the great emperors, is truly momentous to behold. Far from any trivial amount of luck, it can bring great life changes to the blessed. The Eastern Dragon is not subtle. If it comes as a surprise visitor, then it can miraculously turn your life around. This is basically what I just pulled for Louisa. If it represents a more long-term condition, then it suggests a period of great success, prosperity, growth, and happiness. It is usually associated with money, promotions, and prestige. Its tidings will generate awe from others. Some individuals are touched by the Eastern Dragon. These include, but are not limited to, those who were born in the year of the dragon in the Chinese zodiac. I'm a piggy or boar. These fiery personalities are highly charismatic, extroverted, proud, free-spirited, and strong-willed. On the negative side, they can also be opinionated, condescending, pompous, demanding, and ruthless. They tend to be highly popular, possessing great natural charm and talent to lead. They may have followers and can sway large groups. Sounds like all Gemini men. They are noticed the moment they walk into a room. They are well-intentioned insofar as they see their own actions as being for the best. The Eastern... Are you done? No, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding. You're making noise, bruh.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was making noise.
I'm only kidding, hon. I was trying to joke with you, but you didn't get it.
No, I was off in my own little land.
The Eastern Dragon hurtles itself downward after its fiery orb, falling upside down in the process. Will it lose its wealth and power? Whether it does or not, the dragon compromises its own dignity and desperation. This inverted card symbolizes uncertainty, insecurity, or fear regarding one's financial state or social status. Dude, what is it, Crowley, that you're hiding? That you're really feeling in your heart, where you're putting on this air of being amazing, or not being amazing, of doing amazing. Everything's great. You don't give a rat's behind about this, that, or the other, when really deep down inside, when you're alone, this is not how you're really feeling. It's inauthentic. And I'm sorry, bro, but I got to call you out. I feel like you know what this is about, something that you're parading around like everything's cool, and really it's always motorcycle racers, when really you're not. And the universe is saying, if you can turn that around and actually work through all of these feelings, feel it, deal with it, and move on from it, you are going to be blessed beyond measure. The opportunities that are going to come in for you once you clear all this negativity, all this sadness, all this perceived weakness out of your aura, you are going to be blessed. Like, if you can get through whatever this is that you feel down and out about, that you feel hopeless about, if you can work through those emotions and deal with your shadow side and shadow self and move forward within the next 6 months, you are going to have the most incredible opportunities in your life, things that you, beyond anything that you could have imagined for yourself. Your dream girl, your dream job, things that right now seem so impossible and so far away and like it never could be, are going to become possible once you get rid of this ick and stagnant energy that is surrounding you right now. Hot toddy tonight. Yes, multifaceted Jules. Absolutely. I want chocolate milk, but it's not good for the throat when you have a cold. I never get sick. I remember one time my mom was like, the only one in the house that isn't sick is Gemma. My sister Carol's like, she's not normal. Like she doesn't fear anything. She never catches anyone sick. Like, but I'm getting older, and with my abilities, like I said, it's scary.
That's something we'll have to talk about one night in chat, because it is very common for, no matter how much you protect yourselves, how many you see, what you do, you always end up, most people who have gifts end up with some kind of a health issue. And
right. Like
well
I said,
known,
like,
yeah.
Back to like blood transfusions, things like that, because it's so incredibly draining, but it's not something that we can help. So that's the problem that I have with it, you know, but I'm not going to stop. I don't care. I'm just going to have to figure it out and get through it, because there is no way I'm stopping. I'm just starting to be successful. I have 2,701 or 706 subscribers. That is amazing. I mean, I've been at it for like 3 years, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's not about that. It's just about finally feeling worth it and feeling successful, not only because I'm a best-selling author and I made my dream come true, humble bragging, but because
it's perfectly okay to do that.
I'm helping people. And I love, love, love doing it. So I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to have to spend more time focusing on myself, focusing inward, not all my time, but more than I do in taking care of myself, because I stopped taking my greens in the morning because I forgot to purchase more. And usually that's what stops a lot of the sickness. Guys, I cannot tell you how important it is to keep your body physically healthy, which I don't. I eat 2 rice puddings every single night. I don't eat healthy. I don't diet. I don't, I need to start because of the fact that I'm getting sick more now, when usually I'm like literally impervious to germs. And that's just what makes me a little nervous. Crowley, if you are saying these types of things to yourself, keep doing that. That could be where the Eastern Dragon's coming in. He is coming in for you, but it could be 6 months from now or 5 years from now. It's up to you. How soon do you want to receive all of the blessing? Who's next?
Smoochie. And if Heather, Nikki, are you still here? You'll be the last one. If not, it's Smoochie. Then are we going to do one for Stella and put it in the comments?
Yes, Heather, Nikki's here.
Okay, I see her. Thank you.
Darling Deb, it's not that he didn't mean the way he said that. It's not everyone with abilities. It's people. Okay, good night, Anthony. Love you. Yes, I will see you Friday.
Yeah, I
I'm
kind of
excited.
twisted that up. Cindy will correct me.
I'm excited to give you your gifts, and RJ is too. So one of these cards is turned over. Hold on. Look who's on the bottom. Yeah, nut slap, that's true. But physical mediums, because of how dangerous it is to have the dead constantly feeding off of you, and they do that. It's just it takes a toll. It does, and it takes a big toll. Most physical mediums don't live long; they die young, and we're going to prevent that, But it is scary.
Yeah, it
and
is.
Plus, being 40, I'm going to be the same age as all you freaking old people now. I always thought I'd be like the cool mom. And I was they weren't dancing, and the song Happy by Pharrell started playing at one of RJ's friends' birthday parties this weekend. And Steven, RJ and I dance all the time together. Nobody was dancing, and RJ was so I went up and started dancing with him like we do at home, but taken down a notch. And he was like, "Mom, you're embarrassing me."
It's that you can get the age.
I was like, "But I just wanted to dance with you, honey." He's like, "Not when my friends are here." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I know, baby." I was like, "Oh God, why I can't do anything right?"
I became a cool dad at a concert. We went to a concert. I'd won tickets for a concert, and I took the kids because I had nobody was around to go with me. So I'll take the kids. And now, granted, this concert was in a small venue, a lot of drinking, a lot of what.
Right.
But I was going to take them because I wanted them to have the first concert experience with me. Everybody freaked out. Next thing I know, these guys had us all surrounded up, and they literally moved us to the front of the stage. And it was like, everybody was freaking, this guy actually brought his kids to this concert. Wow, that's so awesome. It was so cool.
I have a story too, but I swear you guys saw me shuffling. It fell
there
out.
It is.
This is the card you got. It fell out with like 3 others, but this one's on top. So we're going to take it. That's incredible. I knew I was still shuffling for a reason. So really quick, my dad, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, or maybe, yes, like 7 or 8, New Kids on the Block were the big thing, right? So I had, at the time, 2 older half sisters. My mom has 3 girls. My dad has 3 girls. I'm the only one from my mom and dad. So I'm oldest, youngest, middle, and only. So anyway, my dad calls Z100 and wins 6 New Kids on the Block tickets. This was like 1990, maybe.
Yeah, early 90s.
7 years old. So 1990, 1991, maybe even 89. I'm not sure. But in those 3 years, he decides to take me, my 2 older sisters, and 2 or 3 of my cousins, females. Well, let me tell you something. My father was going to make sure that we all left that concert with something. Not only did he buy us all something, they were shooting T-shirts out from this little cannon. My dad was my dad's like 6'2", 6'3". He was jumping. He fell down like 4 times. He was jumping over people, elbowing people. He made sure every single one of us got a T-shirt that day.
That's so awesome.
That was my dad.
I would have done the same thing.
That was my dad before drugs.
Yeah, wow. He's still
that was who he was, Okay, Smoochie, you actually pulled Sasquatch. So I haven't read this card yet. I will be drinking tea tomorrow night. Okay. Awareness, introspection, introversion, listening, watching, hiding, blending in, nature connection, primitivism, self-reliance, simple life, future shyness, aloofness. You guys can still understand me, right? Something in between human and ape, Sasquatch links people to their primordial origins. I know. He is a part of the subconscious, a part of us that desires a more simple life. Sasquatch is the yearning to escape to the great outdoors, to return to the time of cleaner skies and greener vegetation. He does not care for electronic devices or other modern technology.
as these are distractions that separate us from nature. He feels at home in the wilderness, away from city areas. He is the reason why modern people enjoy visiting parks and looking at trees and mountains, and even why many people become attached to animals. Sasquatch knows why what most people have forgotten. We came from nature, and our roots still have not disappeared. I have water, it's not working. Living alone in the wilderness, Sasquatch has all the time in the world to meditate and to reflect. He does not speak, but he observes. He may have disdain for the destructive effects of this industrial world, but he is fully aware of what it is, for the silent ones see the most. The strong move quiet, the weak start riots. Sasquatch brings with him the lesson of watching and listening, Smoochie. There is something to be said for not saying anything at all. When people are always busy talking to each other on their phones, within their social bubbles, dependent on the internet, they tend to overlook the bigger picture that surrounds them. Sasquatch is not only aware of his surroundings, he is also highly self-aware. In retreating from society, he is able to always look within. This is introspection. And the hot toddy. Shauna sent me some. I still have some. Drawing the Sasquatch card can potentially be an indicator that you need to stop and look within yourself. Are you truly aware of what you're doing or how your behavior affects others, of what you are not doing and what you might be missing? If the staring Sasquatch knows more about you than you do, and he probably does, then there could be a problem that needs your attention. Take some time out to figure out what it is. A person who embodies the Sasquatch is introspective and introverted, but perhaps misunderstood. He enjoys peace and quiet and plenty of time to hear his own thoughts. He takes pride in being self-reliant and not enslaved by material technologies. The Sasquatch person is also a nature lover, perhaps an environmentalist. He does not understand the mindset that the natural world is only as important as its monetary value. He is appalled by modern industrial practices that harm the planet. He is critical of the culture that breeds these norms, and he fears for the future of the earth and humankind. Miss Smoochie. We do. I have some too. I should go grab one of those, but we're almost done. So, okay. Multifaceted Jules. I love you, girl. I'll send you a link at around 4:50.
Okay. Last but
I will. Well, I didn't finish Smoochie.
Oh, sorry.
That was just a really long message. Miss Smoochie, I feel like there is something something that might be bothering you, and if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to. Like, something's going to happen to someone that you're really close to, or someone's going to say something that like just doesn't sit right with you. And as a not easily offended person, as someone who really goes with the flow and enjoys a good dirty joke, it's going to hit you weird. Like, why is this bothering me so much? The universe is telling you to take some time to think about it before you say anything, before you confront the person. Also, I feel like you may need to unplug from technology for a day or two, or as long as possible. Obviously not tomorrow, because that's when we do our next stream. But take time out for yourself. Don't get involved in other people's dramas. I do feel like people are trying to pull you in. And in fact, I feel like that's what might be bothering you. You want really badly to help somebody and you know the answer, but I think we've gone through this before where they're like not willing to listen. They want to come to you piss, moan, and complain, but they're not willing to actually act on any of the advice you give. So the universe is saying, just listen. You know what I'm saying? Don't give any advice. And I know that, you know, that's probably what's bothering you, because I feel like you're very close to this person and you care about them and want to see them do well, but they're not going to take the advice. Keep it to yourself. And if someone said something that's bothering you, give it some time to marinate, and you may come to a different conclusion. Like maybe they didn't mean what you thought they did. It's a week for introspection. Take a nice bath with some, you know, I was going to say rock salt, bath salt. Smoochie, that's just the thing. I feel like this person is coming to you and wanting advice, but then when you give it, they don't listen. So the universe is like, don't waste your energy and effort. You know, listen to them, hear them out. Or if it's bugging you, be like, listen, I've already given you advice. I'm tired of hearing about it. Hey, Paranormal Pixie, we're just finishing up. My voice is finishing up.
Good timing.
Heather Nikki?
That was perfect timing for your voice.
Really. Heather Nikki?
Yes.
Okay. It definitely was. Heather Nikki, I'm going to pull from the Fairy Tale Oracle, and then we're going to end it. Only if I'm asked. Yeah, no, definitely see that. And I feel like, again, like you've just given the same advice so many times that, you know, something's happening that really bothers you, and that you really want to see change. But it's just like, it's not the right time. There's whoever this is needs to learn more lessons before your advice is going to be appreciated and acted on. So try to keep it to yourself, even though it might be really making you feel in ways you don't normally feel, you know, like hurt by something. You know, I feel like I always feel like you and I are simpatico. Like we're not offended by anything. You know, we don't take anything to heart. We, you know, we don't stick our nose where they don't belong. We try to be positive with our kids, but it's just this something that's happening that's like really, I feel like I'm feeling like heart pain, like it's really hurting you, but there's nothing that you can do about it right now. Nothing, because it's not the right time. All right, Miss Heather Nikki. Propel water mix. You know the problem with that, Heather Nikki? I have one allergy, and it's to artificial sweetener. That's why the only flavored water I can drink is Hint or Smart Water, because they're the only ones that are non-carbonated, because I hate carbonated water. I hate carbonated drinks in general. And it's the only one that has no artificial sweetener. And all those little like inserts, like even the Mio, if I drink too much of it, I'll swell up and what's it called? What's that called? Crowley, I'm not ignoring you. I can't read the chat and talk sometimes. Hint's really expensive. You know what I would try if you like Hint? The Smart Water. If you notice, it's all I drink really besides Red Bull. What is the word I'm looking for? It begins with an A. It's when everything, not asphyxia. It's called, I'm so sorry, Heather. This is going to really bother me because it's on the tip of my tongue. What's it called when you have an allergic reaction?
Oh, now I know.
Anaphylaxis. I go into anaphylactic shock, believe it or not, from things like even stevia and Splenda. Yeah, and I was drinking Fiji last week because at ShopRite, they are the big ones are 2 for $5, girl. 2 for $5. Go get you some. I did. And RJ's like, ooh, that's mine. Blue kyanite. Oh, yeah, I had it. Come here. I'm going to sleep with it. Thank you, Miss Lara. It's the only piece I have because I gave it all away. And it's fully charged. All right, Heather, you got the Rose Elf, the card of revelations. Really, Heather? Crowley, I don't see you. I see you, baby. Shaking that derriere. I don't know. I'm literally losing my mind. Okay. The scent of the jasmine has killed him. Then the rose elf understood the vengeance of the flowers and told it to the queen, and she and her whole swarm of bees ceaselessly hummed around the flower pot and could not be driven away. When a man picked up the pot, a bee stung him on the hand so that he let it fall and it broke into pieces. Then the people saw the whitened skull and knew that the dead man on the bed was a murderer. Brr, as RJ would say. Brr. That means what? When this card comes to you, you need to know the entire tale to understand that a bad deed will soon be coming to light, and the sadness and burden you have borne so bravely will be falling away. But here is a little of the story so you will see how strange and harsh things sometimes take time to come to light. A young woman has a possessive and jealous brother who forbids her from seeing the young man she has fallen so deeply in love with. When she refuses to obey her brother murders her lover and buries him in the woods. But the rose elf of the tale's title has hidden within the brother's pockets and has observed all that has happened. He tells the sister of the true fate of her lover and tells her where his body is buried. She goes to the forest and finds his head and brings it home and places it in a large pot. She covers it with good earth and plants a jasmine seedling above him and tends to this plant with all the love she has left in her broken heart. She waters it with her tears and speaks to the plant day and night, so much so her brother feels she has lost her mind. In time, she quietly passes away from grief, but the jasmine has flowered and it is sweet and healthy. Her brother goes to move the pot, and thousands of tiny fairies fly from it and take the evil brother's life. When his body is found, the lover's head is discovered within the pot, and all come to know of the evil deed of this most cruel brother. It is a sad tale, but one where natural justice comes about, where love is transmuted, where grief is strong, and ultimately the truth comes to light in the weirdest of revelations. When this card comes to you, you will be able to be free of the burden you have carried, and any bullying or unkindness will soon be at an end. In time, this is how it goes. Eventually, truths are unearthed, and it is the simplest things that can show you those truths. So trust in your instinctual wisdom and the language of the natural ones, the flowers and the bees, as they speak in this tale. Tell the truth about a murder or an injustice or any kind of family abuse and misuse of power, and bring hope back to those who had lost it. Truth revealed after a long time hidden. What's up, Sandra? Heather, this is your out. All of these things that you've been thinking about this person and this situation, but you're not 100% sure. So you really, do you really want to go and give it all up because maybe there's a way to work it out, because you really don't know for a fact that this abusive narcissist is a cheater too, and the only way you'll leave him is if he cheats. All of those things us women do when we get into these toxic relationships. You will no longer be able to fake it till you make it, because the truth is coming to light and it's going to be bizarre. Like what happened to me one time is I had a boyfriend, his name was Mark, and he used to call me his wife. So anyway, I'm walking down the street and some lady comes up to me. I'm like coming back from copying. So I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, who are you? Why are you talking to me? She's like, are you Mark so-and-so's wife? I was like, yes. She's like, well, maybe you could tell him then to stop creeping around my house after he took my daughter and my granddaughter out on a date last week. We haven't been able to get rid of him. It was weird. I'm walking down the streets of the literal ghetto and some lady just approaches me. We had an argument 2 weeks before where he said, that's not what Alicia thinks. And I looked in his phone for an Alicia and I looked on his Facebook. It wasn't Alicia. He said Felicia. That was the girl's name. But when I saw no Alicia, I was like, oh, he's just making things up to try to make me jealous. No, he was telling me the truth in a way that it looked like a lie. Like, oh yeah, I'm cheating on you. I took Felicia out on a date for ice cream. Announcing everything he really did as though he didn't do it. It's that type of situation, like a random stranger approaching you and saying, hey, did you know A, B, and C? And then suddenly this revelation just gives you the power to be like, you know what? F this, and really, really mean it. The universe is begging you to mean it this time. Stick around for another week or two. I guarantee you a revelation is going to come to you in a very strange and bizarre way, and it's going to be something undeniable. You can no longer, if you still have hope after this, then you're just allowing yourself to be abused. And that's not a judgment, because I've done it. I stayed with him until one day Bray and I just ran off together and never told anybody. And he ran off from his girlfriend of 8 years, and I ran off from Mark, and we didn't even tell them. Been together ever since. But you're not going to be able to deny it anymore. And when that happens, you can hit me up and I will talk to you about all of the reasons that you should walk away. Sandra Heath or Sandy Heath, I don't remember if it was Sandra or Sandy.
Sandra.
You will be the last one. Do you want a reading? I'm going to assume yes. Crowley is a great dad. I'm going to use the Seeker Oracle. Guys, I have to do my outro now. Don't forget my books, Missing the Fae Theory, Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying Stories, and the third book, Shadow Entity, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond. It's not too late, honey. As long as you don't mind me doing my outro now so I can go get some tea when I'm done. Available on Amazon paperback or Kindle versions. Links in the description box. If you want an autographed copy, especially a book too, because I have so many, please let me know. Spiritual helper boxes, one-on-one, hours, an hour and a half, a month's worth of video chats with me once a week. Okay. 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how much work it is, plus anything spiritual, crystal, sage bundles, black witch, saw, uncrossing spray, tar water, whatever it is that you need, that we need to work with, I will also send to you. That's $120. Okay. I take PayPal and Cash App for anything if you want to donate. That's how I make my money. Don't forget to check us out tomorrow, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Chillax and Chat with myself, Ghostdragonzw, and the beautiful and lovely Miss Paranormal Pixie. We will be interviewing Anthony E. from Unidentified S4, okay? And I've been looking forward to this for a really long time. If you guys want to talk about your paranormal encounters, your encounters with extraterrestrials, anything weird, strange, bizarre, okay? Let me know. Email me for anything, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. You don't have to come on video like this. You can do audio only, okay? Oh, sorry, Smoochy girl. You have one for me. Have like 5 for me, actually. Get drunk for me, baby. If you'd like a personal 7 to 12 card or 7 to 10 card, intuitive oracle reading from me, the details for that are in the description box. I do them one-on-one, an hour to an hour and 15 minutes through video chat. As you ask questions, I do love readings, financial readings. Mainly, I do general readings. And all that information should be in the description box as well. You can email me if you have any questions. Everyone that I'm working with as clients can attest to the fact that, you know, I know what I'm doing, and I'm proud to say that. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, you know, you can trust in me. I will help you in any way that I possibly can. So,
And she
let
will.
me know.
She's a nice lady. She'll do you right.
One more shuffle.
Shuffle, shuffle.
Well, I can't stop until Spirit allows me to. Okay. Oh, there it is. Raise them up. Throw them up, throw them up. What's that song? Money on my mind, I can never get enough. Every time I step up in the building, everybody hand go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there.
Your poor voice is starting to really go.
I know, this has to be the last one because I am losing it. All right, raise them up. Respond with grace. That's a good one. Reap what you sow. Process and absorb. Raise them up. Sandra. Crowley. YouTube gets mad when you do that. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. We cannot choose the family into which we are born, Sandra, nor at times do we have a choice in who we work with. We can, though, choose our friends. With that in mind, why would we choose people who make us feel bad about ourselves or those who have made a habit of ridiculing others? It's time to stop making excuses for those who tear others down with the intent to harm. It is unkind, unnecessary behavior that does not achieve anything except to cause others pain. The best friends we can have are those who encourage and support us. Their belief, their faith in us strengthens our belief in ourselves. Avoid those who seek to make you doubt yourself or your purpose. Critical and objective advice should be listened to and weighed. But those who are dismissive, who use backhanded compliments, or use emotional manipulation and punishment to prevent you from doing anything other than what they believe is best for you, should be given no power or freedom to do so. I always say, I will not reward that type of behavior. Be the friend to others that you deserve to have in your life and space. Raise them up. Help them to see the good within themselves. Be a mirror of the good that you see in other people's hearts. I feel like someone you know right now is going through a tough time. You're going through one too, and I'm going to get to that. But first, let's talk about the people around you. I do feel like someone's going to be coming to you for advice or maybe a hug or a good cry. Give them advice from your heart, really meaningful. Try not to sound judgmental or like you're indicting them. Sometimes that's hard because even me, I give message from spirit. And sometimes I sound really judgy and bitchy. And I'm not even the one giving the message. You know what I mean? I'm just the one giving the message. I'm not even the one. It's not my message, but it makes me sound bad. And I always have to say, not judging, not indicting. Okay, so make sure you weigh heavily the advice that you give so you don't come off as pushy or dismissive. Somebody is treating you this way too. Narcissistic. I don't diagnose people as a narcissist because I'm not a doctor, but narcissistic type of energy, okay, that's coming in or that's already actually in, a snake in your grass. Someone that's like the person who copies me all the time. Someone saying, oh my God, Sandra, I love the way your hair looks. Oh my God, you look so beautiful. Look how many compliments you get. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I wish my hair looked like that. And then they turn around to like their husband and they're like, you know, she thinks she's so hot shit just because she has nice hair. So what? She thinks she's better than me on. And as she's saying this, she's typing, Sandra, I love your hair, girl. You look amazing. You go, girl. As she's saying to like her husband and other people, I can't believe this bitch. You know, she thinks she's all. You have a person like that in your vicinity, okay? And you're giving this person way too much power. It's like I'm guilty of this exact thing. You can put up boundaries with them and say, if you continue to behave like A, B, and C, I don't want to hang out with you, and stick to those. But you still have this connection with them. For some reason, it's like this. I don't know if they're family or if someone you're close to still talks to them, so you have to talk to them sometimes by association, or if you're just trying to keep the peace in a situation, so you sometimes talk to them on the phone. There's some connection here. And if you don't know who this person is, you will, and it'll be revealed in the next week or two. But it's like, you know, they're doing this. You know how they are. You've literally heard them doing this before to other people, and you heard backhanded compliments to you, you know, like, oh my gosh, look at that shirt. It's so awesome. I would never have the courage to wear a shirt like that if I had 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like, oh my gosh, you lost so much weight. You know, you're not using drugs again, are you? Because it looks like you are, but you look great, you know, things like that. So I can go on and on, because this has been someone in my life that's been like this all the time, like my entire life. And there's a connection there that I can't cut them out. So anyway, I wouldn't say confront this person, but confront this person. Confront them without being confrontational. Be like, listen, I know you don't like me. You could even go so far as to say, I know you're jealous of me, because that's exactly what the issue is. This person is jealous of something about you, something that you have, the way that you look. I've dealt my entire life with people being jealous of my looks, and they don't realize my looks have taken from me way more than they've given, way more. Up to this point, right? It's okay to let someone know that you see them for who they really are. And I feel like you do. And I feel like you've been putting up with this for a really long time. It's okay that you're sick and tired of it. And again, if you don't know who I'm talking about, it is going to be revealed. But I have a feeling that if you really think about it, if it didn't resonate immediately, you will know who this is. I'm getting female energy, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a woman. It could just be someone with a lot of female feminine in their birth chart. Whatever the case may be, I think that it's time for you to cut the cord with this person to the best of your ability, okay? And just move on and know that you're the bigger person. Always respond with kindness, even when you're confronting. You don't want to be confrontational. Kindness and grace, okay? That's going to make them even madder, because then they have nothing to turn around on you. They can't go and say, oh, did you see what Sandra did? She yelled at me and called me a jealous, you know? So really recognize who this person or these people are, and do your very best to keep them out of your life, because what they're doing is they're putting this negativity out into the universe, and you're not countering it. You're kind of just letting it go in one ear and out the other. But the problem is it's coming out the other, and it's going into the universe. So now it's becoming a part of your energy and really, really weighing you down. Guys, check out the description box. Please, if you're able to, consider donating through PayPal or Cash App. I really appreciate it. That's how I get paid. Hit me up for personals. Hit me up about spiritual helper boxes, Black Witch Soul, all that good stuff. The video chat's taking you on as a client. I really do feel like I'm fair with the pricing, and it's really worth it. Personal readings, things like that. Don't forget tomorrow night, and then Monday, I'm hoping Monday at either 11 a.m. Eastern or noon, we're going to do the premiere type live stream. See how it works. If it doesn't work for you guys, obviously let us know. And we're going to...
We'll play around a little bit with it and figure it out.
So like I said, when I jump right in, like, what is up, you guys? I'm going to do it as though I'm doing the pre-recorded. Otherwise, I've got to film the pre-recorded right now, or I will not have any other time. And obviously, I can't do it. So let's try it. You are so welcome, Sandra. I really hope that works out for you, because I'm going through it now too. Gone through it my whole life, and I know how hard it is, especially when there's a connection through someone or several someones that we love. So we can't completely cut the tie, but you can put up boundaries, and you can refuse to reward or accept that type of bad behavior. Okay. Treat this person like you would treat a toddler, because that's how they're behaving. I would literally tell them, I refuse to reward that kind of behavior. I'm no longer going to, be going to lunch with you. I am no longer going to be accepting your phone calls. Louisa, you got this. Everybody pray for Louisa. Louisa, act as if you already have it, okay? Just like we told Amy, congratulations on winning guardianship over your sister, Louisa. So proud of you. Everyone, congratulate Louisa. Noon, right, Pixie? Yeah, I think noon is a little better, gives me a little more time to get up and moving. I am a slow mover in the morning, as Stephen knows. I'm like
I am too,
texting him. He
actually.
was downstairs. I'm like, coffee, please, at like noon. So yeah, I got to think of a name for it. But when you see the live pop up, just remember I'm doing it premiere style. As soon as I'm done reading the script, because I have an 8,000 word script, I'll bring Stephen in. We'll discuss. We'll talk about whatever. Hopefully the video is interesting enough. Guys, don't forget when you watch my pre-recorded that if you to watch it all the way through or just listen to the whole thing really helps. When you start watching it and stop, it makes it look like I had a terrible video. And my average listening time is like 16 minutes, which is really good because it used to be 11. So it went up since I've been telling you guys. Leave a positive comment. That really helps too. Share out. And I hate to do this and be like, so like me. But this channel is my baby and watching it grow. I've gotten more subscribers this month than I ever have all at once in a month since I started the channel at 37 subscribers this month alone. Makes up for the 18 I lost due to jealousy and envy. I got the shirt that says humble. And the little thing where the M and the B are move up and it says ST, so it's hustle. But it was a little ill-fitting. I have to kind of work on it. So you guys might see it tomorrow. All right. Love you guys. Be kind to each other. It doesn't cost anything. Never accept anything less than others being kind to you. And always be kind to yourself, Avi. And be kind to yourself first, okay? Self-love is not selfishness. I believe in you. You're amazing. You are a beautiful, beautiful soul. Reach out if you need anything. Be patient with responses if you're using email and text. I just really appreciate and love you guys so, so, so much. Always go in grace. Smile at a stranger, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'm going to do a touch screen on my laptop. Yeah, that makes sense. Good night, guys.